Chicago shit like the Lakers. See, I like cake. I might make one and in my pockets if they might take some. So A1 to the top step. I was at the bottom, then I bust up. Short step like a teacup. Paper chase, keep a re-up. No money like I need love like Cool J. Yeah, I'm high class on the dudes say they hate on me. I give them leeway. See, I don't give a damn what he say and she say. Cause me and bank keep the bills paid. I'm self-made, no downgrade. I work it, I don't sleep late. See, I got money on my man. My baby's got it, you know I stay up on the grind. Cause can't nobody stop me when there's money on my man. And I let them all hate me cause they do it all the time. They the fuel to my fire when this money on my man. The key to my pet, they got me right all the time. They keep
get in here.
When these haters knock the grind. And I need that motivation when this money on my mind. I got money on my mind. All this money on my mind. I'm stopping, I gotta eat. I got money on my mind. All this money on my mind. This maniac McGee, I got money on my mind. Money on my mind. I'm stopping, I gotta eat. I got money on my mind. All this money on my mind. This maniac McGee, I got money on my mind. See, I turned up to the tip top on that grown shit. I got the drip drop. See, I been hot like a drop spot. Since double dutch and pop rocks, turn top notch from the sandbox. I stand out, no hand out. If a nigga won't heat, then I'm stand out. And it's man down, they don't land down. I'm the 1-6 and I'm real rock. They changed up to the C-style. Turn a nigga bitch like he Bruce Powell. They made for this, it ain't in-style. I'm a hard drive, that's real strive. I'm a black woman, that's good crap. From 3 sides, I'm some other shit. My own, my race, to my government. See, they let her hate me and they motivate me like a long story from my older lady. I'm a 90s baby, that's big fact. From recess to real rap, that's real shit, that's no cap. From white ones with no strap, with false water was straight tap. Jada Kiss was real rap. See, I got money on my man. My baby's got it, and you know I stay up on the grind. Cause can't nobody stop me when there's money on my mind. See, I let them all hate me cause they do this all the time. They the fuel to my fire when there's money on my mind. The pen to my pet, they got me writing all the time. They keep me on my feet when these haters down the grind. And I need that motivation when there's money on my mind. I got money on my mind. All this money on my mind. I'm starving, I gotta eat. I got money on my mind. All this money on my mind. It's maniac McGee and I got money on my mind. All this money on my mind. I'm starving, I gotta eat. I got money on my mind. Money on my mind. My babies, they gotta eat. I got money on my mind.
They calling me cause they know I am a block. They calling us cause they know that we some hard. We the ones that you see jumping mid-crowd. I'm TMG and Weston, let's get it live loud. Let's get it live loud. Let's get it live loud. I'm TMG and Weston, let's get it live loud. Let's get it live loud. Let's get it live loud. I'm TMG and Weston, let's get it live loud. We gon' get loud, and we gon' get live. If you ain't fucking Nan Squad, you won't feel the vibe. So we gon' pop another 50 and keep the party moving. And you ain't no shit if you ain't, you get big nifty. Be the type to keep it rolling 7 in the morning. So Mr. Cliff, shut us down, let's get the basement rolling. I'm TMG, the main squad, and you ain't fucking with us. The West shut shit down. Best believe, you know me, I'm from the fucking rock town. I'ma show you how to move, I'ma show you how to party. Fuck it, we live and loud, so I stay getting retarded. Hey, we loud, Gucci tube time. My shirt off in the party, so I'm riding, motherfucker. Hey, they calling me cause they know I am a block rocker. They calling us cause they know that we some awesome. We the ones that you see jumping big crowd. My TMG and Weston, let's get it live and loud. Let's get it live and loud. Let's get it live and loud. My TMG and Weston, let's get it live and loud. Let's get it live and loud. Let's get it live and loud. My TMG and Weston, let's get it live and loud. We the ones that make the party jump, cause we live and loud. Before you try to test it, bitch, you better check them riders out. And if you brought your bitch, then you better not let her wander around. End up in the wrong crowd, she be passing on out. Couple shots in Wendy or some Wendy on the food check. Couple niggas, couple bitches mixing, they get mixed with it. Started on the west end and end up in the basement with it. Smoking on some loud, get it loud. Ain't no real nigga, RT and G and West End, we acting dumb. Better not start no shit. 40 on the hip, we on the nigga. Cause we live and loud. Cause we live and loud. RTMG and West End, we turn the party out. They calling me cause they know I am a block rocker. They calling us cause they know that we some awesome. We the ones that you see jumping big crowd. RTMG and West End, let's get it live and loud. Let's get it live and loud. Let's get it live and loud. RTMG and West End, let's get it live and loud. Let's get it live and loud. Let's get it live and loud. RTMG and West End, let's get it live and loud.
Maniac and West End, marvelous minds. Don't get it twisted, cause I'm smart, but what I'm busting ain't timing. On the grind, next hater, take another step to line. You broke ass bitches gotta work and ain't got time because I does this shit since 15 independently. Good, smart, and street smart, this shit is academically. These hoes think they slick, but I'm a practice gimmick. G, this shit give me butterflies. No, that hoe with me. Maniac McGee, and I say it out of proud. West in my TMG, and here we get live and loud. Standing on my feet, putting these niggas in the ground. Half killer, half beast, we know we got them in the town.
They calling me cause they know I am a block rocker. They calling us cause they know that we some awesome. We the ones that you see jumping big crowd. My TMG and West End, let's get it live and loud.
Let's get it live and loud. Let's get it live and loud.
My TMG and West End, let's get it live and loud. Let's get it live and loud. Let's get it live and loud. My TMG and West End, let's get it live and loud.
Hey everybody, what's going down? How's everybody doing today? On this Wednesday. Or y'all Thursday. I don't know where everybody is. Shout out to the 2 people in the chat. I really appreciate y'all pulling up. It is what it is. Thank you so much. What's up, Sip? What it is? What it is, bro? Hit that panel. Hit that chat. Hit that. Hit that chat. Hit that like. All right. What the fuck is going around here? You stupid. Oh, let's see what's in the news today. See what's in the news. So I'm always looking in Google News. My dumb ass.
This is Tyler Perry's sister returning with a new season. So I don't know if anybody watch Sisters. I watch it sometimes. But Tyler Perry got Sisters returning with a new season May 31st. Uh, so it says the best day trips from Seattle to take in 2003. I mean 2023. My bad, y'all. Things. It says that the 15 best day trip from Seattle in 2023. The city of Seattle provides a beautiful place to explore, and the nearby areas won't disappoint. Walking close. Mm-mm. So Tammy Roman from Basketball Wives, she got her own show on Hulu. So Bobby Brown is coming out with a show on Apple TV, and it's called Every Little Step. Celebrity Pranks. I really need to see this show. So it's called Celebrity Pranks with Nick Cannon and Kevin Hart. I don't know if anybody's seen that. I ain't never seen it yet. Belly actor. Okay. So they're talking about Jamie Foxx. He is awake and alert. Jamie Foxx recovering in Atlanta hospital. It says Chris answered toys with Steve Harvey. So let's see what they're talking about. This Family Feud.
All right, let's go. Top 6 answers on the board. We asked 100 married men, what's the sexiest thing your wife has? Her lingerie. Her lingerie. Her body. Her body. Her butt. Hey, Dad, how you doing? Very good. Welcome back, sir. Talk to 100 married men. This is right next to you. This ought to be good. What is the sexiest thing your wife has? Oh, I would say her eyes. Boy, you better come on, man. Boy, that's it. Your eyes, boy, yeah. This print that had to make you feel absolutely wonderful. Thrice.
Talk to 100 married men. What's the sexiest thing your wife has?
Some toys.
Yeah, they want you to be more specific. She said, I can't. She said, I can't. I was just joking. I don't mean it. Toys. Baby, the youngest son.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You all right?
Yep.
Okay. Good. No, that was just your mama's ass who threw me into therapy. You ask 100 married men, what's the sexiest thing your wife has, David?
Her personality.
Her personality. All right, we got 2 strikes. We got to be careful now, Kate. 100 married men, what's the sexiest thing your wife has?
Her husband.
Yeah. We asked 100 married men, what's the sexiest thing your wife got? Me. Yeah. Beth, Fauntleroy family can steal. What sexiest thing your wife has?
Her scent. Her fragrance. Her scent.
Oh, her scent.
Yeah.
The scent of a woman. We asked 100 married men, what's the sexiest thing your wife has?
Her love making.
Number 6. 3. Your ass on YouTube. Your whole damn family on YouTube. Your whole damn family gonna be on YouTube. This might be on YouTube.
Right. I'm losing my mind. I think I am. A little bit. Hey, what you doing? Hold on. I'm losing my mind. If you don't move, twin. Oh. Move, nigga. Oh, God damn it. All right. It says, so I told you I like learning about the orbit, period. And I like to learn about history. They're my favorite things. I didn't like that shit in high school, but as I got older, I started getting into it a lot when I used to help my kids with their homework. So it says, who really built the pyramids? Ancient Egypt, lost of the ancient world abyss. What? Let's see. So they said the best cartoons of all time, top 5 of all time, according to editors and fans. Okay, anybody drop in the chat. What's your favorite cartoons? Mine was Tom and Jerry. When I was growing up, Tom and Jerry, Flintstones, Jetsons, and these cartoons that came out before I was born. Um, so, yeah, so it's yeah, Tom and Jerry, Jetsons, Flintstones. I don't know if anybody remember Beast Wars that came out in the early 2000s. That was my favorite. One of my shows. Beast Wars was like an imitation of Transformers when I was growing up, and this cart um and I love Kid and Play. They had a cartoon now when I was a kid. I mean, I was into Saved by the Bell, City Guys. I don't know if anybody remember that shit. Oh, okay, let's see what they say. Oh my God, no. I don't know, set the best cartoons of all time. Top five cartoons of all time according to editors and fans. Okay, let's go. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I think I broke my blood like 3, 4 times. God damn it. Oh no, I just got a little hole in it. I had to break it apart. So the list of the best of cartoon series of all time. So they said number one was in 1930 Looney Tunes. I wasn't really a big. I watched Looney Tunes, but I wasn't a big Looney Tune fan. 1992 Batman the animated series. I watched that when I was a kid. Number three is 1989 The Simpsons. I feel it. 2014 BoJack's Horseman. Oh man, I heard of that cartoon. Oh yes, I did. The show is on. What is on Netflix? Mm, number five was Avatar: The Last Airbender. I watched that. That's 2005. I watched that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a big cartoon fanatic. I love cartoons. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why I'm trying to go see that new Mario Brothers. I really want to go see that shit. That was the top 5 cartoons of all times. Hey, back in the day when cell phones had first came out, when we was growing up, when they started getting advanced, do y'all remember like when you used to have a instead of just it ringing, you used to have a I think they call ringtones, if I'm not mistaken, or message tones or some shit like that. So it says people are very happy with the big change McDonald's just made to its burgers. The upper room, the so they saying the 20 best WWE tag teams of all time. Let's see what they talk about because I was a big WWE fan when I was growing up. They got the Hardy Boys in here. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. I don't care. I love the Hardy Boys back in the day. I love the Generation X. I loved all of them. So let's see what they say. So number 20 is Soul Man. I don't know who that is. And Rocky Johnson, The Rock's dad. And Mr. America. I remember him. Rest in peace to that man because I know he passed like I'm gonna say 10 or 5 years ago. Number 19 is the Shutter Brothers. Hold on, who this is? Okay. It was with the Stinger Brothers. Number 18 is the Rockets. I don't know who the fuck that is. I mean, Matt Lee. Jantine. And I know who Shawn Michaels is, but I didn't know he started off as a. I used to love Shawn Michaels when I was growing up, but I didn't know he started as a tag team. And it says Paul London. Number 17 is Paul London and Brian Kendrick. Number 16, the Wild Samoans. I don't know who the fuck that is. I never heard of them. Talk about that. Samoan Destiny. I like that. Around the world and 3 of them were Roman while they were in WWE. Number 15, the Owen brothers. The parent of the Owen brothers and British Bulldog. Bret Hart and took on Jimmy. I heard of him. What's the other one? And it's Bret Hart or Shawn. Let me see. Owen Hart. Rest in peace to that brother. I remember I watched that if I'm not mistaken, it was WrestleMania when he made a mistake and let his he was sliding down to the ring and he let it go too early and he was 50 feet in the air when he passed. Shout out to that brother. What's up, homie?
What's going on, yo?
How you feeling today, bro?
I'm a little tired, man. A little tired, man. Been running like crazy.
It's good to hear from you. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. And yourself?
Shit, I'm like you. I'm tired as fuck too.
Yeah. I missed
I've
a
been
couple.
working 2 weeks straight, DTL, no days
Yeah,
off.
yeah, no. I've been listening to your live. I missed a couple of your live and shit like that, man. I fell asleep. When I woke up, you was off and shit. But I listened to it. I know you've been busy and shit.
I fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Man, it's all right, man. Now, what's going on for tonight, man? What's going on?
Nothing. I was just talking about if nobody comes on the panel, I talks about whatever in the Google News for the day or whatever. Sometimes
Oh,
it'll be a recap of what I was talking about yesterday or something. But I was talking about the WWE wrestlers. I was a big ass WWE fan fanatic when I was growing up.
yeah, I used to watch it when I was little, man. I don't watch it no more. But
I don't even watch it no more either. Who is your best? Who is your favorite? Back in the day, it was called WWF. But who is your
yeah,
favorite wrestler?
I like the Ultimate Warrior. I like
Facts. Rest in
I like
peace.
Bret Hart.
I
I
don't know
like
who
who
that
else I
is.
like? Yeah, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Facts. That was
The
my shit too.
Undertaker.
Oh yeah, for sure. I liked his brother too, Kane.
Yeah, yeah.
And to find out they was real life brothers, that really shocked me.
You know the person
Yeah,
I couldn't stand, man, was Shawn Michaels.
man.
I couldn't stand him. Yeah, I mean he was a great wrestler, man. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing, but I couldn't stand him, man.
Why you ain't like Shawn Michaels? I like the majority every wrestler. Like my
He he was
favorite wrestler. I'm
he
sorry,
was like too cocky for me, man.
but ain't that's what brings? Look, if you think about it, the wrestlers when they act cocky like that, that's no different than YouTube. Have you ever thought about that? Motherfuckers be
Nah,
so
I
cocky on
mean,
this motherfucker. Everybody want to see why you so cocky, but they can't stand you, but they still watch you.
no, no. I mean, that is some aspect. Yeah, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, you got a bunch of haters out there. So of course they're gonna watch you because they want to see you fail, man.
And that's crazy.
You know what I'm
And it be
saying? But
our own people though. DTL.
yeah, like they say, grabbing the bucket, fuck it.
Man, I know, man. Yeah. But my one of my favorite wrestlers was Junkyard Dog. No,
Oh
like he
yeah,
was
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
favorite when I first started watching wrestling back in the 80s. He was my favorite. Hulk Hogan. I was into the what the fuck is their name? They was a they was brothers. The I think they was called. Oh my god, I want to say the Weed Whackers, if I'm not
Oh yeah, yeah,
mistaken.
yeah, 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 yeah.
that was my that. Then when we came into the '90s, the Generation X, it was my niggas like me, my daughter, and my At that time, I just had 2 kids. And me and my daughter used to just sing the anthem with Triple H and them. I used to love them when I was growing up, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah,
And
because they
then
had that group. Then they had the Five Horsemen with Ric Flair.
yep, yep.
Yeah,
I
you know
liked it. I liked it. Razor Ramon. I did. I really did. I liked it him.
yeah, wrestling back then was, it was entertainment. I used to like Kamala. Remember him?
Okay, yeah. I was into Rikishi because he put on the show. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he
Rikishi
did.
used to put on the show. But he got twin boys who's in a WWE right now.
Yeah, see, I don't watch it now, so I don't know who's in it. The only
No,
thing
I
I know,
don't. Yeah, I don't watch it either. But I see them on a lot of stuff because they're twins. And to
yeah,
find out too, I didn't even know Rikishi and The Rock was cousins. They're first cousins. I did
yeah,
not
because
know that.
I just heard that the Rock daughter's in it too.
Oh, yep. I heard about that last year. She wanted to follow after her
And
after
you,
her
and
dad
then,
and grandfather, because his dad used to be a wrestler too.
yeah,
His name was
who,
Rocky
there was
Johnson.
there was another Rock cousin. He's a champion. What's his name, man? Um, yeah, he
I liked
from
it,
what I
Kurt
know.
Angle, but then when he started getting big head, I stopped liking him.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, those were the days, man.
I'm trying to think about who you talking about too, DTL.
No, yeah, because what happened? What's his name, man? He had the last time I know he had the belt. He was a big time. He wasn't losing no matches, and he's related to the Rock too.
For real? I
He
didn't
got a
know.
he got a couple cousins, male cousins that's in their group.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but like the Rock, the Rock is trying to buy that
By what?
WWE.
He got the money. He got the money. His TV show is booming. I think this is second season. And then every time when you look around, they finna come out with the new Fast and Furious, I heard.
Yeah, yeah. I think that come out in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it comes out in a couple of weeks. But I mean, I didn't like the last one, man.
Beautiful. You said what?
I didn't like the last one.
I watched the last one.
Yeah, man. When I saw them take cars and fly into space, I said, can't watch no more. They
I don't
lost
know.
me with.
I watched that new Kid and Play. They could have kept that shit. I mean, that new house party everybody was talking about. They could have kept that.
Yeah.
They really could have kept that. That was some
You
garbage.
know what movie was good? Creed. Did you watch that? Creed
I haven't
3?
watched none of the Creeds yet.
You
I
gotta
haven't
watch
watched
that.
none of it.
You gotta watch John Wick.
And that's
man.
crazy because I didn't see all the Rockies back from the 70s until, you know what I'm saying, until when dude supposed to play Don King. I think that was the last one I watched. No,
Yeah,
I think it was when he was training the white boy. That was the last one I think he had came out with before Creed.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was like I think he was Russian or something like. Well, he fought the Russian.
No. That's the beginning. That was in the 70s. No, I'm talking about the last Rocky I watched when he was training the white boy.
Yeah, but then he fight a Russian guy or
yeah, that was at the beginning though. That was at the beginning. That was at the beginning of Rocky.
I'm not talking about Rocky. I'm talking about the white boy that Rocky was training. Remember, he was.
I don't remember.
I think he was fighting.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it was fighting some Russian. It was somebody from a different country though. But
Okay,
he trained the white boy, and the white boy got cocky and turned on him.
mm-hmm.
That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, that's the one. And if
Yep.
I think about it, I'm lying. I gotta take that back because Rocky's son was still a teenager, and he was like, "Beat him up, Dad. Beat him up. He took over my room." Because
Yeah,
he really cared about
yeah,
that boy.
yeah.
But no, it was the one after that when his son already had grew up. And I remember Dude because Dude used to be on this show I used to watch. I don't know if you ever seen Heroes. Like it came out in the mid 2000s. It's called Heroes. So I used to watch that and he was on there.
Yeah, it been so long, I don't even remember, man. There's so many of them too.
Facts.
But
Facts.
yeah. But like I say, like Creed was real good, man. I give it thumbs up, man. Agree.
Yeah.
And then John Wick, you got to see that shit too. That shit was fire.
Everybody keep talking about that. I have not watched a piece of John Wick yet.
Yeah, you got to watch him,
And did he just come out with a new one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That new one, you got to watch it, man.
But it's not good to watch like the third or the fourth of something you ain't
You
watched
got
the
to watch.
beginning of it.
You got to go back and watch the whole beginning, the whole series of
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna have to. But I got DVR, right? DTL, because I got cable. I
Yeah,
ain't no
just
lie,
just
this
sit there,
cable is hot in the motherfucker. But
yeah,
that
watch it.
DVR, I got so much shit on DVR I haven't watched. I haven't watched Snowfall because this is the last season.
Oh man, you
Um,
got to watch that. That shit is crazy at the end, yo.
but it was so crazy about it. I've been following Snowfall. I haven't watched this season yet, but it's on my DVR, and I haven't watched last season. Then I got it to BML.
Hey,
Wow.
you got to watch it. The end is crazy, yo. That's all I can say, man.
Okay, I gotta watch the. Have you seen Bel Air? DTL?
I stopped watching that
Why?
when they started getting into the uh, how you say. I don't want to offend nobody, man.
No, just you ain't offending nobody. Say what you gotta say.
When they started bringing that gay stuff into that shit, man. I said, nah, man, I can't
Hold
watch this.
on. Okay, shit. Okay, I gotta watch some more then, cause I mean I seen the first season. The first season wasn't like
Well,
that.
you got to remember the first season. Carlton was a little sweet, and at the end of the first season, the daughter was talking about being with another girl. That's why I stopped watching it. The little girl, the little daughter.
Oh, okay. So do you? Let me ask you a question since we on that topic. Do you have a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with it, but there's a lot of stuff that they can leave out on TV, man, that they put
Right.
on there. You understand?
No,
Like, promise, you watch Power now, right?
no, I don't. I'm not into Power like that. After
Well,
Ghost died,
on, on
that's the last
Power,
time I watched it.
they show two guys having sex. Come on, man,
Uh-huh.
really?
Okay. Okay. The reason I asked you that, and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, you know, you got all my love, DTL, right? But the reason I asked you because I do have a cousin who's like that. You
No,
feel
no,
what I'm
I mean,
saying?
I got family members like that, but what it is that this is TV, man. Kids
Right.
watch this stuff.
But it's
So
not the same like when we was growing up, right? DTL.
yeah, because
You'll
when we
go
was
over.
growing up,
Listen. We'll
that
we'll
was
go over
after
somebody's
12
house
o'clock.
who had cable, right? Listen. Who had cable, and sir, you know them type of shows didn't come on until late.
Yeah, 12 o'clock. That's what I'm about to say.
Right.
See that
Facts.
after
Get on
12.
my head, DTL. Get on my head.
Now it's just out in the open. It's like they
Hmm.
I don't know, yo.
Let me tell you,
It's
the reason, I don't think it. Some of it, I don't think it's right because we didn't have to grow up with it. But like what we grew up with, you feel what I'm saying? My grandma didn't, and my mom didn't grow up with. You feel what I'm saying? So it's
yeah.
totally different. You get what I'm saying when it comes to different generations. It is what it is. You
Well,
know what I'm saying? But it's you being a parent, showing your kid right and wrong. That's how I feel. They
but
gonna choose what they choose, but I'm not gonna stop loving my child if they chose, to be with the same sex.
no, I understand that. But
Uh-huh.
this is where my issue come in. It takes two parents to to income to raise a household, right? So
Right.
that means TV is raising your kids because both parents is not home to watch them. They have to go to work.
Mm.
The stuff that they're putting out in TV is influencing kids to do stuff that we would normally not do.
So hold on, let me ask you this. What you just said, right?
Yes.
Let's think about it back in our times when we was kids, right?
Mhm.
Would you say the same thing?
No, because it was harder for us to get into that stuff. For one, if you wanted to see any sexual TV shows, you
Mm-hmm.
had to be up at 12 o'clock at night. What
Mm-hmm.
business you have at that time
Right,
when you were a
right,
little
right,
kid? You
right,
understand what I'm saying? Number
right.
two, we didn't have the access to the internet like the kids do now. So
Right.
even if they don't watch
Facts.
it on TV,
Facts.
go on the internet and they see it. So
Facts.
there's a way for a parent at this day, a generation, to stop it.
Okay, let's think about it, right?
Yeah.
DTL, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I totally 100% agree with you, right? But let's go back when our parents was our age. They weren't even seeing the shit we was seeing.
And
Look
that's
how bad they wanted to. When we was growing up, that's when rap started coming out. I mean, like gangster rap came out in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? They was like, no, we banning that shit. How you gonna ban somebody's freedom of speech? And that's why they started putting the stickers on there. You know what I'm saying?
but you think about it. When we
Okay.
was like 12, the most thing we probably was doing was humping in the closet. 12-year-old now, they literally having sex.
I don't know. I the reason I have to disagree with you, DTL,
How you say that?
because the reason I say that is because of how I grew up. We're not that far in age, DTL. Let's be real,
Yeah,
right?
we not. We not.
So my mom came up when the crack epidemic came around. You feel what I'm saying? So my mom was on drugs. So basically, I had to raise myself. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then I had a baby brother who was like a year younger than me, right? But my mom paid so much more attention to him because she was with his father, if that makes sense to you.
It makes
So, so when I was 11 years old, right? My mom had another son. You feel what I'm saying?
yes.
So I raised my brother. My brother is 33. He'll be 34 this year. I raised him at 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom didn't give a fuck about my education. My mom didn't give two flying fucks about me. So what I did was, you know what I'm saying? I love my baby brother. Don't get me wrong, but as a kid, I'm not gonna sit here and raise no child that's not mine. I love my brother.
Yeah.
But I still raised them. But in the meantime, between time, I got myself in sports. We was just talking about this at work today. I got myself in sports. I started playing volleyball. I already knew how to play ball. I still know how to play basketball.
See, but the thing is, you hear what you said? you was focused on playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm saying that these kids at 10 and 12 are focused on the opposite sex. They don't want to play
But
ball. They want
but
to
the
chase
thing,
girls at 10 and 12.
I ain't
That's a
trying to be
problem.
funny. I understand that, DTL, and you're right. I'm saying that because I lost my virginity at 10 years old. I had my first child at 13. I was pregnant at 12. You get what I'm saying? But I never let that stop who the fuck I am. Period. My oldest child right now is 30. Damn, I keep fucking up my daughters. She's my only girl. Hold on, let me think. so my daughter, my daughter and my baby brother, they grew up together. They 2 years apart. So
Yeah.
he'll be 34 this year, and she will be 32 this year. And I am only 45. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, you got to look at it too with the way that you raise up. You was looking for love. So of
Facts.
course you,
And
and
I say that all the time. You
and
so right.
of course you're gonna go down that right because you're trying to find somebody love because you're not getting it where you're supposed to get it.
Right.
Get what I'm saying?
You're right.
So
You're
really,
right.
I mean, at a young age for you to have a child looking for love, this is you have your daughter. At the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, it made you go up faster. Plus, you was taking care of your brothers anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. But what's so crazy about it, right, DTL? Before you subscribe to my page, I talked about that. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
talked about. I think I was, like I said, I think I was 7 or 8, and my dad stayed out there where where I grew up at, in the same little town, right? Like I said, I'm 5 minutes away from the west side of Chicago. It is what it is. So my dad stayed. I want to say he didn't stay too far from where I was growing up at my granny's house, right? Like literally, I could walk to his house if I wanted to. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I getting to know my dad. Like I said, I think I was 7 or 8. Hey, Miss Richardson. Hey, my beautiful love. And got to know my brother, and so I got a brother and sister because he was married. You know what I'm saying? But before I even met my father, my mom always said, "You look just like your auntie on your dad's side. Her name was Christina. You look just like her. You look just like her." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
okay, people always say y'all look alike. You know what I'm saying? But you don't believe this shit. She been saying this ever since I was a kid. So when I got to know my dad, like I said, in my single digits, I was think up like again 7 or 8. He had a house, and I went over there and kicked it with my brother and sister. I got a brother and sister who's like the same age, at like a couple of years younger than me, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But my brother had just, I don't know if he got killed. Nobody don't know what happened to him, but he died like 3 years ago. Rest in peace. Um. So after that, you know what I'm saying? I guess his wife didn't want me there. So she told him um she didn't want me there. Basically, I'll divorce you if you keep interacting with her. So yeah, so I didn't see my dad again until I want to say 13 when I had my daughter.
yeah.
No, let me take that back. 11 years old before I was pregnant. That was the next time I seen him. We had my aunt. So I was telling you about my gay cousin, right?
Yes.
Now, my gay cousin and me are first cousins, right? So his dad and my dad are brothers, right? So, and though his mom was raising him, and his dad stayed in California. Like he got anything he wanted. Like he used to send me pictures of famous people or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't, like I said, I didn't see my dad until I was 11 years old. That was the next time I seen him. And he already had divorced the old girl and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he had married another lady, and I ain't gonna lie, she was really really nice to me, and she had two boys, and I treated them just like my brother. We be up hella late. I would never forget it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then when I had my daughter when I was 13. No, I'm sorry, when I was 11. Let me go back. I'm sorry. My dad was staying. He wasn't staying out there in Chicago no more. He was staying in Michigan, Ben Harbor, Michigan at this time. So when I went to go visit him, I finally got to see my auntie, right? The one my mom kept saying I look
That you
like.
look alike? Yeah.
Yeah. So before I seen her, my dad drove me around, and I guess he went to. My dad don't drink or nothing, but I think I forgot, he took me somewhere, and they was calling me her name. Her name is Christina. And he was like, and my dad nickname was ET. So they was like, "What's up, ET? Hey, Christina." I was like, you know what I'm saying? At this time, DT, I still haven't met this lady.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Just to hear that from somebody I don't know, I'm tripping. Now I'm tripping. I'm like, okay. So I finally meet her, bro. We look just alike.
You was
Like
shocked?
I was shocked. The only difference is DTL, she's a high yellow because she half Indian. So my dad and them is half Indian and black. But she was light. That's the only difference in like bone structure and everything. Me and her, it's like me looking at a lighter version of me. So when I seen her, I got angry. The reason I got angry is you knew I looked just like your sister and you never paid attention to me, right? Okay. Fast forward to 2001. Pregnant with my daughter.
Did you
My
hold on,
mom,
do you your daughter
huh?
look like
Huh?
you said your daughter looked like your aunt, right?
No, I look like my aunt. My mom told me when I was growing up I looked like her.
Okay,
So
okay,
when
okay.
I finally got to see her when I was 11, you get what I'm saying? I looked at her and she's just a lighter version of what I am. But bone structure, all of that, we look just alike. Then I got angry at my dad, like, bro, you know I look just like you've been denying me all this time. And then to find out later on in life that the reason you wasn't dealing with me because you was with this other female, like I said, and she didn't want to fuck with me, right? And it killed me to know that. But then she started hanging out with my mom smoking crack. I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Well, his wife was hanging out with your mom?
After they got a divorce, she started hanging with my
Oh,
mom.
okay.
Her and my mom became friends. But I couldn't. I look. I'm not a person to keep some bullshit. I'm not a negative person, so I try to keep it on a positive vibe all day, 24/7. Like even when I'm having a bad day, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it don't
Yeah.
have nothing to do with the people. I keep my game face on. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's crazy, yeah. So when I saw the next time I seen my father when I was 13, my auntie, I call her my auntie, but she's technically not my auntie, but my cousin who's gay, mom We stayed a block away. We went to the same elementary school. He's only 2 years younger than me. And like I would go over there and kick it with him just to get out the house, um, of my house because my mom used to trip hella hard when she high. So I'll go
Yeah.
to his
Somewhere to go,
house.
your safe place.
Yeah. So I used to go to his house. And what was so crazy about it when I grew up, like I got a brother, he's only maybe a year and a couple of months younger than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She didn't do nothing to him. I like right now, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in Seattle, Washington, right? My mom stays out here. You feel what I'm saying? Like she stays walking distance. Huh?
So your mom lived in Washington with you.
No, she don't stay with hell no. No, 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 no. Hell no.
I mean,
No,
the
no, no.
same state, in same state.
Yeah, so my mom stay walking this so I stay in the mountains, right? But my
Yeah.
mom stay in downtown Seattle. She stay in Seattle, Washington. I work in Seattle, Washington. I can literally walk to my mom's house if I wanted to.
From your
But we
job.
we yeah, swear to God. And I my mom just ain't changing. I just, me myself personally, I just can't deal with that negativity in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love my mom, but I can love her from a distance. I don't give a fuck. Nobody finna tell me nothing. I hate when people say that's your mom, da 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 da. But people don't understand what you've been through with these people. That's why I get so mad at people when they say, "Yeah, this happened to me. This happened to me." I understand that, but like, and now you're independent. You don't stay. You know what I'm saying? Like you're older now. Like now, what are you gonna do now? What
Yeah.
is the game plan? I hate when people try to use their past. No, you move fucking forward. I could have used what happened to me as a crutch. No, I'm not doing that shit. You got me fucked up. And a lot of people don't understand that.
That's crazy. You know?
Facts. But yeah, just to know that. And then like I wanna say that same year I was pregnant with my daughter. We had went to I don't know what everybody call it. We call it CPS, Child Protective Services. Uh my brother who's under me, his dad used to do cocaine with my mom, whatever, back in the day. He cleaned himself up and opened his own rehabilitation center on the west side of Chicago. So he making money, you know what I'm saying? Got a crib. Uh I ain't gonna lie, I like the cribs over there on the west side. They got it's called the oh my god,
It's nice and
Independent.
big.
Huh?
It's nice and big.
Yeah, it was nice and big. It's called the street called Independence. You know what I'm saying? So you go down Independence, you see these pretty ass houses. That was back. You know what I'm saying? Well, that was back in the 90s. I was at this time I was pregnant with my child, with my daughter, and so he got to go with his dad. So we got to water the state. Now, when we was growing up, it was just me and my brother, right? My brother who's like under me. And I used to call his dad. At that time, I didn't know who my father was. You feel what I'm saying? I always thought he was my dad. So when we went to court, I knew he wasn't my dad at this time. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like I said, 7 or 8, he was with like I said, my brother is only a year and a couple months younger than me. So when I was growing up, that was my dad. I remember him whooping me at 4 years old, peeing in the bed. I remember all of that shit. So I assumed he was my father. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I found out he wasn't my father, and we had to go to child support. I'm not child support, but CPS court, and they had took us away. Me and my younger brother. At that time, my brother was only 2 years old. My youngest brother, and they ended up taking us but his dad took him. And so, like, I ain't gonna lie, it crushed my soul, DTL, because I, like, I didn't know he was gonna tell me that. I was like, "What's up, Dad?" Because I called him Dad. I
Yeah,
knew him when I was a kid, but he was
that's all.
like, "I'm not
That's
your
all you
father."
do.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm not your father. Don't call me that."
Man, that shit
You
is
get what I'm saying?
that's fucked up.
Right. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? As I got older. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm hard as hell or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, between time, it is what it is. What can I can't get mad about it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
but that shit fucks with a person, man. You know, especially finding out like that.
But no, I found out he was my dad when I was 7.
Nah,
Now
I
when
know
he
that. The way that he just said, "Don't call me that. I'm
oh
not your
yeah.
dad." That's fucked up right there.
Facts. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I be saying, like, when I was a kid, I was totally different. But like my heart been crushed so many times. I'm like, bro, maybe this is not for me. Like literally, I will hop up in a fight in a minute. But motherfuckers act like you can't change. But I don't understand that. You get what I'm saying? My thing is because I don't act the same way that I used to act, that don't mean I'm just trying to do better.
Yeah,
But when you hear a person tell you, right, I don't think you was ever about that life, how would you know? I was a kid. I ain't gonna lie, like I even told my sons and my daughter. The reason I got into a gang is because I didn't have that family origin. That's why a lot of that's why a lot of females and males go to gangs because they not getting that love from the crib, bro.
yeah.
And like I tell people all the time, that's why I got into a gang. But I still have to be about that life. Now, when I got into the gang, I was 15 years old. I still got to be about that life at 45. Make it make
Nah,
sense.
a lot of people understand you grow out of it.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hear people say that to me. You're not about that life. I don't think you was about that
Oh,
life.
yeah. I mean, at your age, you
Make it
should
make
be
sense.
about that life, right? You grew up.
I mean, like literally. I mean, I never had that problem. And then as me, how my attitude is now when I was a kid, bro, I'm proud of myself to be who I am now. But like
Yeah,
I tell people, y'all, a lot of people don't must never listen to Tupac. Like he said, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. And I would never let you get to that level to me. If you don't like what the hell I'm saying, it is what it is. If you don't believe I was like that back in the day, it is what it is. But I'm a totally different person over 25 years than when I was a teenager in high school to where I'm at now.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't know what I'm capable of. But me being who I am and being a thinker, I'm like at my job, these motherfuckers be calling me beat. They call me everything at my job sometimes, DTL, but the child of God. And I still wouldn't curse at them people.
yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, some of my coworkers will be like, yeah, you call me a bitch. I'm call you a bitch, but I don't do that. That ain't where I'm trying to be, bro. All you need them to do is, keep telling on you, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been working in different buildings since so I took my vacation for my birthday in March, right? The end of March. So I took the last 2 weeks off. I come back. I forgot when April started, but I came back that Monday. I come back that Monday. When I come back, you know what I'm saying? I had to go to a totally different building. So now she's taking over my shift, which is in the morning. I hear everybody saying, "When you coming back?"
No, she fucking it up.
She's being mean to people. But my thing is, why are you so mean? Like, you don't have to take this shit home with you. Fuck these motherfuckers. But in the meantime, between time, you can check them without talking to them hella mean. Like one
Yeah.
lady was talking to me hella crazy. I ain't gonna lie. She was in a wheelchair, and I be telling her, like, bro, so motherfuckers think I'm playing. I don't play shit. I don't play that shit. But I don't have to sit here and curse. I don't have to be angry. I don't do that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So she was
Yeah.
talking shit to me, right? DTS. So she was in a wheelchair. What I did was step to her level and looked in her eyes. And I said, "You keep calling me that, I will never help you again. I don't need your help. I don't need your help." I said,
Sure
"Okay."
enough, something happened that she needed your help, right?
2 weeks, I mean, not 2 weeks, 2 days later, she was like, "I need to get down to the ramp." So we got a ramp that's kind of steep. And she got one of them automatic wheelchairs, and
Yeah.
sometimes she don't be charging it up, so she got a regular wheelchair that she has to push. You feel what I'm saying? So she was like, "Can you get me down?" Oh no, remember, this was 2 days later. Remember, you just said you ain't need help. Then she stuck up her middle finger and everything at me.
Damn.
I was like, "Remember, you don't need my help." So at this time, I was like, I said, I'm not taking her downstairs. My boss, I was talking to my boss. I'm not taking her downstairs. She's hella rude. She's hella disrespectful, and I'm not putting up with that shit. I said, all I am is hella nice to these people, and I refuse to be cursed out for no reason. So my boss comes out. She's like, "I'm gonna take you down there, and I'm just gonna let you go. It's kind of steep. You feel me, DTL? It's
Yeah.
made for wheelchairs, and if we got big ass packages and shit like that." She was like, she was screaming, she's trying to kill me. She was not. She was scaring your motherfucking ass, you
Yeah.
dumb bitch,
Yeah, she let her go
bro.
down that thing.
Bro, she was like, she was gonna piss her. She's trying to kill me. She's trying to kill me. She took her down. I'm not taking you down. I'm not. I refuse to. I will not let you disrespect me, and I have not did nothing to you. Period. Not at all. But now they told me she in the hospital because I haven't been there. I ain't been at that building. I've been working at this other building. So I'm supposed to be working at this other building until June. Now this other building I was working at, that was my
Oh,
very
she.
first building I worked at. Huh?
So that lady got fucked up, man.
No, I guess something happened and they told me she's in the hospital. But I haven't
Yeah.
been at that building. I haven't
Well,
been at that
God,
building.
like ugly.
Huh?
Now I said, God don't like ugly.
Man, he's not too fond of cute. Stop playing. I'll be telling people that. But you know what I'm saying? One thing is when you do people wrong and they haven't did anything to you,
They gonna
I
come
always
back to
feel
you.
that way. I think, oh my mama. Everybody say it come back to the kids. No, it's gonna come back to you. I always felt that way. If motherfuckers is not fucking with you and you got something negative to say about them and they have not did anything to you, I feel like karma's a bitch. I always felt that way. Like the like I mean make a long story short, what I was talking about earlier, DTL, the last time I seen my dad was when I had my second child. He was 3 years old. My son is 25 now. That's
So
the
you
last time I.
having, so your dad still stay in Michigan?
Yeah, he stayed in. Yep, he still stay in Michigan. I keep being in touch with some of my cousins out there. When I met him, I kept in touch with him. Yeah, but
but you haven't kept in touch with him.
You know, for what? He ain't trying to keep in touch with me.
Yeah, I mean it's fucked up. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like my oldest child, she went through the same thing almost. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent. Let me take that back. Because and though my dad wasn't there for me, you know what I'm saying? A lot of his cousins, first cousins, had moved to where I was born and raised at. So I know some of my aunties and shit like that. Like I just, you know, I never thought I got some aunties on my father's side, and one used to kick it with my mom. She used to be on that shit too.
Yeah,
But I had another auntie who was cool, and she stayed exactly in the same building that my gay cousin stayed in. So I knew both of them, but I didn't know they was identical. They don't look shit alike now. But when I saw because they had back in the day when they was born, they didn't have color. Forgive me. Um, but anyway, no, but they didn't have color. But they showed me pictures of them. They was
yeah,
identical twins, but I was like, where? Because they don't look shit alike. Nothing. Like I always thought they was fraternal twins when I was
yeah.
growing up. But to see their pictures when they was little, you couldn't tell them apart. I was tripping because I'm used to, like when I went to high school, right? Besides my auntie and them, who I seen a picture when they was kids, I went to high school. They had, I want to say three. They had three identical twin girls, different girls, right? And then they had one set of identical boys, and they played ball. I ain't gonna lie, they supposed to went to the NBA when I went there. I don't know, I forgot their name, but they was gonna get like, oh my god, like it's so much talent. I don't know. Do you watch basketball, DTL?
Yeah, I watch basketball.
You remember Shannon Brown?
Yeah,
So Shannon Brown come from Maywood, Illinois, right? He had a brother who got killed right in front of my house. Shannon Brown's daddy is a police officer in Maywood at that time when I was growing up.
so you know of him?
I just know of him, yeah.
Oh,
Remember
okay,
Michael
okay.
Finley?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My mom know him personally because he's from Maywood too, and he went to the same school my mom went to, and Shannon Brown went to. They went to Proviso East High School in Maywood, Illinois, right? You know, I begged to go to that school, DTL. I
Did you?
begged.
Why?
Because that's where all my girls went to, because I still stayed in Maywood.
Oh,
My grandma told me no. Because my grandma basically, I ain't gonna lie, my grandma basically raised me ever since I was 4 months. So my daughter is named after my granny. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
And though I hate her name, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like my grandma's name. But I respect her. And
What's
my daughter would tell you I hate that name, but I love my grandma to name my daughter my firstborn after her. Um, remember Color Purple? You know the Color Purple, right?
yeah?
Uh, do you remember what Oprah? Not Oprah. Um, Whoopi Goldberg name was in that movie,
Which movie?
Color Purple.
Um, Damn. What's her name, man?
Okay, I could beat you slowly.
Damn, what's her name?
So her name
Yeah,
was Silly in the movie.
the feeling, yeah.
That's my granny's name
That's
in
your
real
granny.
life.
That's your
In real
daughter's.
life. So I named my daughter after my granny. I never liked that name. Never in my life. But I
Mm.
love my grandma so much I had to name. I knew she was gonna be my only girl. I don't know why, but I felt she was gonna be my only girl. So I wanted to make sure I did her right. So I named her, yeah.
After your grandma.
Her first, I wouldn't give her that whole name because that's Silly May. I'm not doing that. That's too country. Silly May, not at all.
See?
So I ended up Silly
You know that was the movie, man.
Mister MIS
The- that shit was funny.
Mister.
You remember when Harper was talking to Celie? He's like, "Yo, I don't know what to do, yo. She's out of control." And Celie was like,
Yeah, she
"Beat her."
said beat her. Oprah
Yeah,
Winfrey came back.
yeah.
Both of
Why
them
you say
motherfuckers had. He said no. What he say? What he say? Something. He said a horse or I don't forget. He was like he was telling his dad. Yeah.
yeah, you said I almost had it. He had a fucking nine. He had an eye jammy, yo.
Look, and that's when he was like. He said, "What happened to your eye, son?" He was like, "I think he said a horse hit him or something." He said, "No, that looked like a fist." He
Yo,
said, "No, sir. No, sir." And that's when Oprah Winfrey went to Whoopi. You
yeah,
told
why you tell him?
Papa to beat me.
That shit was funny, yo.
It was like we can't. He kept beating her. They kept beating each other, and every time they beat each other, they kept having kids. I ain't gonna lie, that shit. That's like I didn't watch that so much. I can really recite that motherfucker so much.
Mhm.
That was one of my favorite movies. But I never read the book, and I really I'm finna get it to read and going back to reading books. I really want to read the book. They say the book is way better than the
Good,
movie.
good. Okay, okay. Yeah, I ain't never read the book. So I'm not big on reading, so
No, I'm not either. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I read books. Um, the back of the book and the front of the book. That's the farthest I went when I was in high
there's
school.
only one book I read. That was you remember Jay Williams? He used to play
What was
he
the
used to play
movie?
for no, it's not a
I
movie. He
mean,
used to play
I
for
mean,
He used to play for Chicago Bulls. He was the kid that got when he came into the league, he got
mhm.
into the motorcycle accident and was done.
What was his name again?
Jay Williams. He played for Duke and he got drafted by Chicago.
I heard of
And what
that
and
name, but I don't remember him.
you know who he is because he be doing the sports channel. He's one of the analysts on the sports channel with Stephen A. Smith.
I don't watch the sports channel.
But okay, he was the point guard for Duke and he got drafted to the Bulls. He was real nice, man. What ended up happening was he wasn't
Hold
supposed to
on,
line
what's
up
his name? So I'm gonna look him up. What's
Jay,
his name again?
Jay Williams.
You said Gannick?
No, no,
I can't hear you. Jay
Jay,
Williams?
Jay. Yeah,
Jay. Jay Williams?
yep.
Okay, hold on. Jay Williams.
According to Wikipedia, Jason David Williams is an American former basketball player and television analyst.
That's crazy. I don't.
He only played 1 year, and then he got into that injury where he was riding a motorcycle and he hit a tree. And the way he broke his
Oh,
leg, he
right.
didn't.
I remember him from Duke. Okay, they showing his
Yeah,
Duke. Yeah, but I never knew he played for the Bulls. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, he got drafted with the Bulls. He played 1 year. His
Hmm.
second year, the off season,
He played with Jalen Rose. I didn't know that.
no, he didn't. Oh yeah,
That's,
he did that
I'm
year.
about to
Yeah,
say
he did.
that's what it's saying. Okay, now I remember who he is. Okay.
But yeah, I read his book, man, and reading that book right there
Mhm.
it had me, because he was playing how ever since his injury, he didn't know what to do with his life anymore.
Because everybody's so used to, like I always tell my kids, like I got I got 3 grandkids, right? By my oldest daughter, right? By my oldest child, she's my only.
Yeah,
So and like I said, my daughter and my brother, they grew up 2 years apart, right? Her oldest son and my youngest son is only a year apart. So my
so
youngest son,
they're real close.
so my youngest son, right? He just turned 17. My oldest grandson, he will be 16. This man been ducking ever since he was 14. He
Yeah.
already got scouts looking at him. That's what my daughter told me.
Okay. Okay.
And I was like, so she tried to get him in football, found out he was allergic to grass.
Oh man, can't play, huh?
Yeah, but he's not even built to play football. I said, baby, you not built. He always say, Grandma, you're a rock star. I said, why I'm a rock star? He'd be like, because you got all those piercings. I said, that don't make me a rock star. I'm a G in these streets. I'm a G in these streets. But yeah, so he been like doing basketball like years after years. Like she don't even let him stop. Cause my daughter played football her junior high year.
You said she played football.
Hmm.
Damn
What's
it,
so
bro.
crazy about it? She played football, and what else? My daughter was on. She was in the band.
She played basketball too, or no?
Yeah, she played basketball. She played basketball. I think she only played basketball for maybe a year. She only did everything for about a year. Then shit, I think as soon as she got her work permit, she started working. But I told my
That's
daughter, you can work and because that's what I did. Even though I stayed in the group home, so what I did was I worked and played basketball. I was mad. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I just wanted to go to the school my girls went to, right? I want to go to Proviso East, right?
yeah.
I'm giving out these fake tears. I want you to tell me if they sound right, okay? Okay. But my grandma told me no, because all my girls went there, right? At this time I was gangbanging. I want to go to same school. My grandma told me no. Do that sound good? I'm just wondering. Did I sound like
Well,
you can believe me?
I got to see because I got to see the little tears that come out there.
Okay. So you stupid. Hold on. I gotta sound real sad. Hold on. So my grandma told me no, right? I cried about my junior year. You know what I'm saying? Before I started my junior year, I go cry.
It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all
I
right.
was
It's
trying
gonna
to
be all right.
sound like I was trying to sound like I can win a Academy Award
Oscar,
or something. Huh? But anyway, so my grandma wouldn't let me go to the school. And at this time, I was already gangbanging. So I wanted to be with all my sisters. You feel what I'm saying? My grandma told me no. So I had to go to the rival school. I was already going to the rival school. But since I started gangbanging with these people, I wanted to go to the same school my girls went to.
So the people that you was gangbanging went to a different school than you.
Yeah, so I went to the rival school. So, like I said, Michael Finley, Shannon Brown, they came from Proviso East. My mom went to Proviso East. My uncle went to Proviso East. You feel me?
Yeah.
I went to Proviso West. I
And
don't know. I go cry. It was in Hillside, Illinois, right? Oh, did that sound kind of? Did that sound like I could have won an Oscar for that? I'm just
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Give it
yeah.
to you.
Sounds
Okay,
kind of
okay.
good.
That's why you my dog. That's why you my dog. But let me tell you something. Real talk, real shit. I'm glad I never went to the same school my girls went to because none of them graduated from high school but me. Out of 12 of us.
Why you say that? It was bad.
No, what I'm saying is I'm glad my grandma never let me go because none of my girls, out of 12 of us, I was the only one who graduated.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Like I literally never saw it that way until you get, as you get older, you get to realize this shit. You get to thinking. I told people I stopped thinking back in 1996 when I graduated. I ain't got time for this shit,
Yeah,
right? But as I'm thinking about it, like I would have never, without my grandma. Let me take that back. Without my granny and the group home I stayed in for the last 2 years of my high school, I don't think I'll be who I am right now. And people fail to realize that. Like I told people, I I'm not who I used to be. You don't have to be like nigga. I used to pop off hella bad when I was a kid, when I was a teenager.
yeah.
But when you start having kids, or
It,
you
it
know what I'm
calms
saying,
it calms you down.
right? And you know what I'm saying because you're not like that no more. You feel what I'm saying? Why do you still have to act like that? Like literally, I wouldn't give a fuck about nobody back in the day, but it's
Well,
totally different now.
when you have kids, you start to realize that you got somebody that's gonna need you, so you got to stick around. So you can't be doing no dumb shit like that.
Mm,
Because I know that's what happened to me. Because I used to
uh-huh.
party, and when I was running the street at that time, I just started driving truck, and then when I had my daughter, all that shit
Hmm.
stopped. I just started. All I did was work. I
Yeah.
stopped going out. You know what I'm saying? It
And
changed.
that's
It
the
changed.
and that's crazy because I feel like I'm still the same way. I was never a going out person because like I said, I stayed in the group home for the last 2 years of my high school years. My daughter didn't stay with me. She could only spend the weekend with me. Because at this time, you feel me, DTL, my daughter was not a baby. My daughter was like 4 years old. And they was like, she's too old for you and her to go to a group home.
So
So
so where did she stay at? Who took
So
care
she
of her?
stayed with my granny and my auntie. So I
Okay,
stayed
your
with my
biggest.
auntie. Now, like I said, 91, I was going to eighth grade, 91, right? So my brother who's under me, his dad really wanted custody of him. That's how we end up me and my youngest brother end up getting awarded to state because he really wanted his child. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at this time, my grandma begs. Now I'm pregnant at this time, right? they so my grandma um so when they took us away from my mom, my grandma begged my auntie to take us, right? Which was in Bellwood, Illinois. Like again, everything was so like these little towns are really close. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If you don't stay in a big city and you stay in the outskirts of that big city, they're little towns. They're not big. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. So like literally, I can walk from my grandma's house to my auntie house. So my grandma begged my auntie to take me and my youngest brother. So she did. Now my brother was so close to me, and I'm at this time I'm still pregnant, right, DTL. I took him everywhere. After I got pregnant, you know what I'm saying? I took him everywhere, bought him shoes, bought him clothes, whatever. Uh, so when we moved, my auntie, she was like, my uncle was like her husband, which I respected. He was like, "You gonna have to break him from that." Like, I went to the bathroom, he was bamming on the door, like bamming, because my mom never really took care of him. Like to this day, DTL, my brother sometimes slip up and call me mom. And I'm like, bro. Sometimes I'll be like, have to correct him, but I love my baby brother. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing I wouldn't do for him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So I swear to God, like my grandma's in heaven right now, but without her, I would have never graduated from high school. Um,
Yeah.
cause I mean, I was trying to go to Proviso East in my sophomore year. You get what I'm saying? So my grandma was
Yeah.
like, "Hell no, you're not going there." My junior, before I started my junior year, right? I end up into the group home my last 2 years of high school. And without that, and you know what I'm saying, they was like telling me, you don't, regardless of how bad your childhood was, you don't have to keep the cycle. That
Yeah.
broke me from there, bro. The sky was the limit for me. The sky was the limit. But yeah, when you was talking about that book, when I first moved out here and I was homeless, DTL in 2014, I read Sister Soldier book. It's called The Coldest Winter Ever.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I heard about her. Was it good?
DT, DTL, the motherfucker book was awesome. It was awesome as fuck, bro. And I was sitting in the park because, like, when I had moved out here to Washington, I drove from Minnesota out here. So I had my car, so we were sleeping in the car, or I was just sleeping in the park in the morning. You get what I'm saying? Like we'd be out there in the park, and I was just, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I think we did it for maybe a month. I was like, I can't do this no more. Let's go to a shelter. It is what it is. But I was reading that book at the park. I never knew so many men was like, oh, I read, oh, that's a good book. That's a good book. I thought it was a female book because I've been hearing about the coldest winter ever forever.
Yeah.
So even when I was in high school, to like we had to read when Tina Turner had came out with her movie. Before she came out with her movie, she had did the book. So we had to read that, then we watched the movie. I didn't read that whole motherfucking book. You got me like that. I ain't trying to do that shit. And then, some of them words are so difficult. Like I said, my mom was on drugs. So like literally a lot of people don't be don't understand what you go through when you was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just want people to know, like, I see these people out here. I've been out here and watched, like I said, 2014. I see these motherfuckers, and they want to talk about their tragedies. And a lot of people, like, I ain't gonna lie, like even a lot of these white people, y'all haven't been through shit. What you was making X amount of money, and then something happened to you. Now you making it. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers been through real life, bro. Motherfuckers wasn't born with a silver spoon in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why people don't even think about shit like that.
Well, they will never understand because they've never been through the struggle.
Right?
At the end of the day, at your age, you was a grown up at a young age. You had to fend for yourself and survive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You had to do what you had to do to make sure you and your brother was good.
Right.
That's why, like I told my kids, man, I'm trying to get it to where you don't worry about nothing. I'm the adult. Just be a kid until you turn 18. Enjoy life. Because when
Man.
you turn 18, it's a whole your life changed. You're adult now. Anything you do, you responsible for that.
Right.
So enjoy life, man. Don't worry about what grown up is doing. Don't try to be a grown up too early, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Facts.
like like I have I was raising my kids. I was a single dad, driving trucks. And the only reason why I had to give up my daughter is because she started running the race. She started getting into the boys and running away. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, I can't teach you to be a woman, man. She
Right.
got to go back with her mother. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I kept my son, you know what I'm saying? And I told my son, I said, yo, listen, man, you get ready to turn 18. When you turn 18, I'm not taking care of you. I'm not taking care of those men. You need to go get a job. You need to go handle your business, man. I
Right.
said, I'll help you, but I'm not taking care of you.
Facts.
And sure enough, he started cutting up a fool, lying, stealing, and I had to throw him out.
That's sad.
And it's crazy
You
because
never want to do that to a child, your own child. You know what I'm
yeah, but
saying?
sometimes you have to do that for them
No,
to
it
learn.
have to. So let me tell you something. Like my son, you hear me talk about my middle son, my 19-year-old, right?
Yeah,
So I got a little pool at my job. So they got apartments out here that's low income. And when I mean low income, if you ain't got no income, you don't have to pay shit until you get a job, right?
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, my son was getting on my motherfucking nerves. He was like not being he wasn't being disrespectful. He wasn't, you know, um, he wasn't like lying or cheating. My son a Gemini. He don't give a fuck what comes out his mouth when he pissed. I totally understand because
he
I
just come
found
out.
out he got it from me. Like if I'm pissed, you're not gonna tell me to shut the fuck up or stop saying this or say. Now, if I'm really pissed, that's how you know I'm really pissed. If you hear me cursing, but I can say shit like a resident say, "You don't have to curse at me," or "You don't have to get loud at me, man." And then when they get loud, I'll get loud too. You don't have to get, you know what I'm saying? But at this time, I'm still not cursing at you. But in my mind, I know what I really want to say to you
Yeah,
because I will hurt your fucking feelings. It is what it is.
yeah.
I'm gonna take it like
You
that.
keep it professional.
Right. So, like my son, he's not disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we bump heads once every blue moon. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But when you're grown as fuck, I gotta, almost have a neck brace to look at your podcast, and you won't wash a dish. It's time for you to go, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I
So
mean, sometimes you got to do it for them to get it, and understand, man.
So I helped him get. So where I work at, we help people get apartments, right? So I helped him get his apartment, his first apartment. He'll be 20. He'll be 20 in June. So I helped him get his apartment. He been in his apartment. He DTL. This weekend to be a month. He been in his apartment. So I I can't not. So my kids are not close together, right? DTL.
Yeah.
Like my last three kids is by the same person, but they're not close together. Like my daughter and my son, right? My two oldest kids, they're 7 years apart. Now
Oh,
my second child and my third child, they're 5 years apart. Now when it came down to my third child and my fourth child, they're 3 years apart. I just could not have them so close in age. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I can't give them the attention that they
that they
really
need.
need.
Yeah.
Because I be seeing people with kids on their, you know what I'm saying, like in a stroller, one is holding on the leg. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would never take that away from nobody. Hey, salute, I give my shout out to them type of women. I couldn't do it because I feel like you can't give the the attention they want. You know what I'm saying? They need it. Even though my son was 5 years old when I had my third child, he was still jealous because he so used to it just being us or me, him, and his sister. He saw that baby. Like one time, I went to go use the washroom, DTL. Come back in the room. He got the pillow over my son. I whooped the shit out of his thighs. So I wasn't a big whooper, but he had
Yeah.
some big juicy thighs. Woohoo! I,
Throw them
I was
shits up.
tearing them thighs up. I was tearing them thighs up, bro. I was tearing them
Thought you,
thighs up.
thought you was making some chicken salad, huh?
Man, I was trying. I was telling him because and I'm heavy handed. So ooh, I was so bad. I was bad. I was bad. And what's so crazy about it, like my 25-year-old, the one who tried to smother the 19-year-old, you feel what I'm saying? Well, he's
Yeah.
24. Um, uh, he was my baddest child growing up, right? And that's
You stay
crazy.
in trouble?
My 25-year-old, he's 25 now.
Yeah,
Well,
he stayed in
he'll be
trouble.
25. He was my worst child growing up. Out of all my kids, he was my worst child. Out of all four of my kids, right?
Yeah.
My 19-year-old was my best child growing up. So as they got older, why they switch sides? What the fuck? Like my son, ever since he got his first job at 15, he did a whole 360. DTL, the man, like I get mad at him. He laugh at it sometimes. I said, bro, how the fuck you so bad? You flunked kindergarten.
Oh shit.
That's how bad he was. I was at school every. I swear to you, every
Every other day
Friday. Every
or every
no,
Friday?
every Friday.
Man.
Bro, he was bad as fuck. Like I'd be like Romeo. Who is my best? So my oldest son, his name Romeo, because he looked like one. So I was like Romeo. Who was my baddest child growing up? I was, mom. But it was like when he got his first job, it was
He switched.
yeah, like he's so responsible. Like shit, he did. Like I ain't gonna lie, when he wanted to move out, he moved out at 19 too. So he ended up moving with some of his friends he went to high school with. Which before he moved out, DTL, me being a mom, I was like, I don't think that's good. I feel like you should start off on your own with your own apartment. At this time, I didn't know I had that type of pull, right? I was already working at this time. I was working at my job that I'm at now for I want to say about 2 3 years. So shit didn't work out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like he moved down the street from me. I ain't gonna lie, the apartments are nice, but they're small as fuck. and he was paying way more than I was paying where I'm at.
So
And I,
it's expensive too.
huh?
The apartments was expensive.
They was no, they weren't that expensive. Like I think they was like 15, but his apartment was smaller than my apartment. And like literally, we stayed on the same exact block. He just lived down the street from me. And I said, yeah, they charge you for the fitness room because they got a fitness room which we don't have, and they was charging you out for the pool. We gonna keep it 100. That's what they charge you for, basically. And then he had this fireplace. I ain't gonna lie, it was hella nice and it changed colors. That was the only thing about it. It was a two bath. It was two bedrooms and two baths.
So
So by
he had a roommate.
So he had two roommates. These motherfuckers he went to high school with when we first moved out here, Red. Motherfuckers didn't want to clean up after themselves. Um, so like literally, so when he moved there, I was like, I'm gonna buy your stuff. Um, I told him I was gonna buy his stuff and everything. So I bought his stuff to go to his apartment. I bought since they had two bathrooms, I got two different bathroom sets. And you know what I'm saying? My son loved black women, so I got his bed. I mean, not his bed, but his bathroom was all black women. The uh the shower curtain matches the floor, whatever. Shit didn't work out. Motherfuckers didn't want to clean up. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I guess the neighbor was complaining about him smoking weed. But what I didn't understand is why all y'all motherfucking apartments out here talking about y'all don't want motherfuckers to smoke weed. But in the meantime, between time, it's legal out here. Make it make sense. I never could get that part.
That's crazy.
So out here, you can sign a termination fee, right? And when you sign that termination fee, it won't be on your records. So I told him to come home. You know what I'm saying? So the two people he had, he's like, one of them can go home. I was like, I ain't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? So I said, you can come, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got to pay their part. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You my son, regardless. I know you gonna help out regardless. But your friend can't be staying here for free. So I was like, I'm charging them $300, whatever. So at this time, my son ended up taking over the bedroom. They got the biggest bedroom. And my other son was sleeping on the couch with one of my son's friends who used to be his roommate. So my son was getting pissed. Like, mom tired of cleaning up after his friends, woo woo. So I'll tell Romeo, like, Romeo, you need to all let your friends, don't be leaving that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at this time, I'm working my motherfucking ass off. Like, I'm literally not really having no days off at this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, they gotta have to clean up that after they self or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was like, why he couldn't go back to, because he's Somalian, right? I was like, why he couldn't go back to his dad because his mom had passed away when he was young. I was like, why he can't go back home? You know what I'm saying? He was like,
Yeah.
home. I guess it's whatever religion they do. I mean, his dad was like really stiff, like really hard on him or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm not tripping. But motherfuckers didn't want to clean up. Then they didn't want to pay me. I'm like, bro, you got me fucked. I said, your friends gotta go. I told my friend. Both of them gotta go. Then he bring somebody I have never met. Now I met his other friends. I met them, but I have never met this dude. He's staying in my house. I was telling my son, your friend staying here. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, motherfuckers told me 300. I was only charging y'all 300 a month. Everybody got to pitch in. Fuck that shit. Everybody working.
Gotta pay something.
But my son already know. He already know how I get down. Like before he even moved out, when he was even 15, he always told me, "Mom, I'm never gonna let you struggle." So he always helped me out with half of the bills. So him being my son, and you know what I'm saying, and I love my son. Like I'll take the bigger bills, and at that time I only had to pay 4 bills. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'll take the two biggest bills, and you take the small bills, and then you do what the fuck you want to do with your check after that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like literally, he was paying maybe $500-600. I was paying what 1,200 because I paid the rent and the cable bill. So all he had to do is pay the phone bill, which the phone bill was like $140. With all four of us on there. We all four of us on there. And he had to pay the so we don't have gas out here, we have electric. All he had to do is pay the electric bill, and the electric bill maybe about 140, 150 at the most every month, you know what I'm saying? But that helped me out, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
shit, I wasn't on public assistance that no more. So that gave me a chance to buy big groceries, you know what I'm saying? But like I was telling him, I saw his friends eating my motherfucking food, but they'll go buy their food and then take it. No, we don't do that up in this house. My son know how I get down. Everything is for everybody in that motherfucker. It's free for all when it comes
Yeah.
to certain things. Now, if you went and bought you some restaurant food, don't touch that shit. But if you put it up, it's for everybody. That's how I always felt. That's how my grandma treated everything. That's how I treat everything. But yeah, my son was like, he ended up moving back. So when my oldest son moved back, like I said, I didn't know I had that type of clout at that time. Should I help him get an apartment out here 3 years ago? So he ended up getting his own apartment, and I was like, bro, don't let nobody come move with you. So he let the dude come move with him. Like
Oh
whenever
man.
you come move with him, then
You threw him
at
out
that
though?
time, no, let me tell you what happened, bro. So my son ended up meeting this girl. He was working out here. Now my son was working out here in Issaquah. And then they ended up firing him over some bullshit. I was like, if I had that type of money and that type of time, we could. He did. I feel like he could have got a lawyer. He could have sued the fuck out that store because they was on some bullshit and they was on some prejudice shit. Anyway, in the meantime, between time, he meets this girl at the same job he been working for. At this time, my son was working there for 2.5 years. And
Okay.
so he started kicking at, she already had her own apartment. So he started kicking at her house like it's a 30-minute drive from out here. So he was like, Mom, I guess they got along so well they decided to move in together. This this was the year before the pandemic started. And my son was like, I'm finna move in with her. I was like, well, just go to the, I was let him know what to do. Go to the landlord, let them know you finna move out, you know what I'm saying? But just make sure you pay the rent. Now his friend ended up quitting and just sitting at the crib. So like my son was taking care of himself and him. You know what I'm saying? So I say my son was like gone for maybe a couple of months, like two and a half, give or take 3 to 4 months. Um, he come back to his apartment. This motherfucker then moved his little friends in DTL. Talking about this is his apartment. My son had to like literally go in the closet to go get the lease. That's his name. Cause his name didn't even start with the same letters my son's name started with. Dude went finna leave. He was like, I'm just gonna call the police. I ain't got time because this is my apartment. So at that time, he was starting to move his stuff out.
Yeah.
And then dude wasn't even there. Like he's supposed to be his best friend. And he wasn't even there. So these motherfuckers just laying on my son couches. He just bought like motherfuckers sleeping in his bed because he had a 1 bedroom apartment. Motherfuckers sleeping in his bed and shit. So he threw all that shit away. But yeah. And my
Mm.
son was so hurt. He was like, "Mom, I was just trying." What I tell my kids, I didn't got fucked over plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? So I know where he's coming from when he felt that way. And my son, I ain't never heard him like cry ever since he was a kid. And he was like, "Mom, I was just trying." But I told my son, "You still gonna get your blessing, and it ain't your fault they fucked up they shit.
Yeah.
You still gonna get your blessing, bro. Stop thinking like that." I know you felt some type of way, and then he moved in, motherfuckers. They had bags of clothes and shit. Like, I totally understand. I was telling my son, I totally understand that. But it happened. Nigga, we still learning. Like I tell my son, I'm still learning how to be your mom, bro. I got friends. I'm still learning how to be their friends until the day I die. It
Yeah.
is what it is. But don't beat yourself up because he fucked up. You looked out for him. He had the whole apartment for himself, like I said, 2, 3, give or take 4 months. You had the whole apartment to yourself. And he was like, "Mom, the apartment was so dirty they didn't do nothing." They like, bro, like, what? Now they're not friends no more.
Them motherfuckers was nasty, huh?
Hmm. And my son is not like that. That's what killed me. My son and my daughter, I stayed on them about washing dishes. But
You know?
when they was younger, when I first taught them how to wash dishes, DTL, I'm I ain't saying I'm the like my house is magnificent, but when it comes down to stuff you got to put in your mouth, I'm OCD about that. Like when my kids wash the dishes, I always tell them to sanitize the sink first. Run your lukewarm water and sit your cups in there. Do not put nothing else. I don't like plates with my cup. I don't like that shit. It fucks with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I taught my kids, and I always told them, "You don't have to wash the pots and pans. I'll do it. Just let me know when you're done with your part." Now we move out here. This is the first time I moved out here, and I moved out in my apartment in 2017. Right. This is my first time ever having a dishwasher, and I still wash my fucking dishes.
By
DTL
hand.
before I put them, yeah, and I still put them in the dishwasher. Because one time my son thought he was slick. That's when my oldest son was staying here. He thought he could put them dishes in the dishwasher and noticed that shit didn't come up. And like I told him, them dishwashers don't have the biggest tubes. So when that food get clogged up in there, no, I don't want no food in there. That's how dishwashers get clogged up. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If you're not gonna least after you eat, spray that shit off, then put it in the dishwasher. I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Well, I have a problem.
Because you be having that big food on there, you think that them dishwashers is not equipped for that. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I ain't never seen no dishwasher who could have clumps of food and still go down that little tube. No, no, not at all.
Ah, you supposed to rinse it off and then put it in there and let the dishwasher just wash them.
Yeah, so again, like I said, I never grew up with a dishwasher DTL. Never grew up like we had to hair wash our dishes. It is what it is. My grandma didn't get her first microwave, I want to say, until 2002. Now, motherfuckers already had, I don't give a fuck, motherfuckers had microwave back in the 1980s. I mean, 1990s, 1980s. My grandma didn't get hers until the whole century turned over. The fuck?
Basically, you put your stuff in the oven.
We had to. Like today. Bro, don't make fun of me, right? I still like a fried bologna sandwich, I swear to God.
Oh yeah, I be eating that shit too.
Motherfuckers be acting like it's weird, but no, I'm talking about the bologna that you gotta pull that red thing around
The
from
red
around
thing
it.
up, yeah.
Bro,
Or
it's a Miracle Whip.
beans,
Stop playing. Hold on, I almost got upset. I almost got excited. My bad. Yeah, so that's like I will still eat that shit. Motherfuckers like, look at me hella crazy when I'm at work. I don't care. Like that's that po food.
That's the shit.
And,
That's the shit
and
that we grew up on.
right, but what's so crazy about it? I hear people grew up on noodles. I didn't grow up on noodles. I didn't start eating noodles until I was 21 years old. I didn't grow. That's the only thing. Oodles and noodles, Roman noodles. I didn't grow up with that shit.
Uh, we was
I don't,
more into like bread, ketchup sandwiches, like shit like that, man.
and that's crazy.
I mean,
Never had it.
I
So my
I
grandma worked
really,
at the post office when I was born. She started working at the. I think she told me she started working at the post office at, I don't remember, 1963 or 1968, one of those. And my grandma was working there, so we always. I mean, if she didn't really have no food like that, we always had bologna and hot dogs. I ain't gonna lie, and some cold water. And she used to get that nasty ass orange Kool-Aid. Whew. That
man, I
nasty
remember
ass orange Kool-Aid. I hated that motherfucking Kool-Aid, bro.
the Kool-Aid.
The orange,
I remember my mom used to get that government cheese that block.
that's the
Oh man,
best cheese
it's the
to this
best
day.
grilled
I don't give
cheese.
a fuck what nobody say. That's the best cheese to this day.
Yeah, the best grilled cheese sandwich you can make.
Bro, stop it.
Like
To this
I
day,
told,
I would never try that dry milk. Used to come,
oh,
you
that
used to
powdered
get
milk.
government cheese and no, I would never fuck with that shit, bro. Never. My grandma was like, just mix that. Just no, I'm cool. I'd rather not eat. But my grandma never said that. If she gotta buy a little thing of milk,
You buy
yeah,
it.
yep.
Like I said, man,
Man,
like these kids don't understand, man. I remember going outside with my big wheel, riding around. Like these kids, they don't know how to have fun, man. You be outside all day playing. You know what I'm saying?
I played. We was playing hide and seek. We didn't have a lot of kids on our block. But the kids that was on our block, they originally from the west side or the south side of Chicago. So they
Yeah.
cousins and them would bring their ass out here. Boy, we used to have so much fun.
Yeah, we used to, like I said, we used to have fun when we was kids, man. We enjoy life, man.
It's not the
Now these
same.
days, these kids, they sit in the house talking about, I'm bored, I don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. Get on your bike and go out. Go to your friend's house. You ain't gotta sit in the house.
But you know what? I shit you not, DTL. I'm so glad at this time in this day of age. I'm glad my son just stay in the house.
You say you're glad your son what?
Stay in the house now.
Oh,
Like
oh,
my
yeah.
kids,
Now the stuff that's going on now is ridiculous, man. It's
that's one thing I don't never have to worry about when my son's at. You know what I'm saying? Like my son, my 19-year-old who moved out, right? DTL.
good.
I still can keep an eye on them. Cause the building that he stays in, I work at. So I still keep an eye.
Oh,
And look, let me tell you something. And what kills me, motherfuckers talk that shit about me being such a bad mom. My son is 19 years old. I never ask him where he's going. I be at the front desk. He'd be like, Mom, I'll be back. I'm finna go out such and such. I'm like, bro, you don't even stay with me no more.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. 19, I don't give a fuck if you 30, 40 years old. If you stay with me, I want to know where you at. Just in case. Now, You stay in your own shit. I can't tell you what to do then.
Well, it's good to know because if something happened, you know where to start looking. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but it trips me out. Now you don't stay with me. You feel what I'm saying, DTL? You don't stay with me no more. You've been gone out the house for almost a month. This weekend it'll be a month. You've been out the house, and every time you see me at the front desk, you be like, "Hey, mom, what you doing?" I be like, "Nothing." I was like, "You got some food upstairs? I'm hungry." He'll bring me some food down here. And then he'll be like, "Mom, I'm gonna go over da house, and I'll see you. I know I ain't gonna see you when I get off. When you get off." So I'll be like, I ain't gonna lie. I'll be like, "Can you text me when you get to the crib?" Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah. I might talk shit about my kids when I'm on here. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm glad my kids respect me that much to let me know that. And though we don't, sometimes we don't we bump heads. Like last weekend I worked, right? Like I told you, DT, I've been working too. This is my third week right now. I'm finna work straight. So I've been working 3 weeks straight, basically almost now, right? So my son come downstairs over the weekend. He got some girl. I never seen her at my house. So I ain't never met her or whatever. I met her a couple of times since he been in his apartment. They get into it, you know what I'm saying? And he kick her out. You know what I'm saying? So I love my son. Don't get me wrong, DTL. But if I'm gonna teach my son right, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong, bro.
Yeah.
So my son was telling me before this prior thing happened, like days before, he was like, "Yeah, she got kicked out of her apartment, and I told her I'll help her out as much as I can. She can stay here." So if you're gonna say that, but you don't like what she say, you kick her out. Now you just told me this a week prior. I know she ain't got no apartment that fast, DTL. You get what I'm saying? But you
Yeah.
don't like
But
what she said, you kicking her out. You can't do that.
yeah, you can't do that shit.
Don't get me wrong, I love my kids. I've been telling my kids ever since they can comprehend. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'm gonna tell you. If she wrong, she wrong. I'm gonna tell her. Period. She don't like what I gotta say. She'll never have to come in my face. She'll never have to come to my house. Now that's what I was telling
But
my kids when they got older. You get what I'm saying?
if you don't tell them right from wrong, how they gonna know? You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
gotta explain it to them,
So this
train
is
for
a
them to
new
get it.
right. So this is a new girl, right? So they come downstairs off the elevator arguing. This is last weekend. So my son name is Ramon. That's his real name, but we call him Fat Fat. So I see them getting off the elevator, going off on, not like but I know my son. I see his face. I know when he's mad. So I said, Fat
Yeah.
Fat, what's going on? I don't try to be in his business, but I want to try to rectify the situation. Even if he was not my child, if I see two people getting off the elevator and I know both of them or something like that, I'm gonna say what's going on. I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
rectify the situation. So I talked to my son. My son was like, "Yeah." She talked about she was gonna put her hands on me. I said, "What you mean put her hands on you?" She's talking about you. If I flip you over. So I hear her side and I hear his side. But like I told him, you're wrong. Period. And so he was going off on me. So we haven't talked in a couple days. So when I went to work today and I had got up, I said, I really need to talk to you. And I don't give a fuck if you're mad at me or not. We get into it, it is what it is. But I'm never going to let my kids struggle, period. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
you need something? You know what I'm saying? Because I had bought him a microwave for his apartment. I got some other shit coming for him. So I was like, do you need some money? That's what I asked him today. No, he walks out. I said, hey. He didn't want to speak. So when he came back in, I said, come here, Fat Fat. I said, don't do me like that. I said, do you need some money? Because my son don't have a job. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers,
Yeah.
I wish you would have knew me when I first came on here. But motherfuckers talk that shit like I'm not a good mom. It is what it is. But I feel like I'm with my oldest son. I'm
Well,
not gonna
you
do
got to
nothing.
remember. Hey, you got to
I'm
remember,
sorry.
man. People don't live your life, man. So don't go by what people
That
say. At the end of the day, you know what you're doing, man. And at the end of the day, the way your kids turned out, you must have been doing something great. You know what I'm saying?
thank you.
So fuck them. You know what I'm saying? The people that saying what they're saying, fuck them.
Right, right. You right. Absolutely. But like since my son did moved in, I've been trying to like, I'll be like, what you need, you know what I'm saying? Like I told him already, I'm gonna, help you as much as I can.
Yeah,
Especially he don't have no income. Washington, I don't. Everybody say it's a woman state, but it's a people state. You get what I'm saying? Like my
yeah,
son don't have to pay rent where he stay at until he get a job. I put him in that spot. You feel what I'm saying? Now he done moved in his apartment. I'm like, what do you
but
need? Which is inside DTL?
yeah. At the end of the day, you always gonna be a mother, man. Doesn't matter who, you know what I'm saying? How old them kids is. A mother is gonna take care of their child till she dies.
Hey, DTL, can you get on my head, please? Thank you.
Now,
Because
well,
I was just telling somebody. No, I was just telling somebody DTL. I mean, it's not what you exactly said, but it's similar. It's almost goddamn the same thing. Like I tell people, when you start a relationship with anybody, family, friends, foes, you still gonna be learning how to be that person
yeah,
till the day you die. Like I told my kids, I always tell my kids, I'm gonna be teaching y'all till the day I die. I don't give a fuck. I want to
hmm
make sure y'all good in life. Like my 25, my oldest son. My oldest son, like he getting his credit up and stuff like that. And just to hear, the girl, she helped him, his girlfriend helped him get to, you know, I didn't know shit about that. Like my son had to tell her, my mom didn't grow up like that. My mom, what I'm saying, didn't have that influence in her life. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like my son teaching me shit. He teaching me about the
yeah,
stocks. You know what I'm saying? He was like, Mom, go get you a little credit card, put some money on it, and then just take 30, just pay anything 30% and just as soon as you pay it, just pay it off. That's how you build your credit. I never knew that. I didn't grow up
yeah,
with that. And like
yeah. Stuck.
today, DTL, I'll be telling my son, I'm so sorry. He said, why, Mom? I was like, I'm sorry that your girlfriend, who you with now, really opened your eyes to getting your shit together. Like, he's finna get his license. You know what I'm saying? And what's so crazy, what I love about my son, he getting his license when he's 25, right? I didn't get my
Yeah,
license till I was 25. You get what I'm saying? I didn't
yeah.
get my license till I was 25. He been looking at cars. He did, his credit score is almost at 700. You get what I'm saying? Like she
He's
helped
doing
him a
good for
lot that
himself,
I didn't
man.
even know about. Huh?
Yeah. I say he's doing good for himself. You know what I'm saying? He established credit. I mean, he understands as being a man the stuff that he needs to do to succeed
Right,
in life. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. We used to talk all the time when he stayed here. We don't talk a lot like we used to. So like my 19-year-old, we talk a lot and don't like I bump heads with my 19-year-old more than any of my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I know him. I feel like a lot of people say it don't have nothing to do with your zodiac sign. If you're not reading into your zodiac sign, like even reading a book about your zodiac sign, if you don't read into the lines, you would never understand. Like
Yeah.
I know, like Gemini, you kiss a Gemini, they could be the sweetest pie. They could be the sweetest pie. You get what I'm saying? Like if I ever need help with anything, my son will be there already. Like one time I went grocery shopping, I said, make sure you be at the bus stop. My son is at the bus stop. I got like hella groceries. I'm on the bus, bro. My
We
son's
wait,
like,
we wait for you at the bus stop.
exactly. My son opened the doors, and and I'm trying to teach my 17-year-old that he ain't getting it yet, but he gonna get it. But like that's how I taught my boys, and I'm tired of people saying kids their age. Like I said, my son is 24 and 19, right?
Yeah.
My son opened doors for the females. Both of my kids. He opened the doors, even though he's not driving. He opened the door for them, and he gets in the passenger. Both of them, he get in the passenger seat. It is what it is. And I'm just tired of people saying that can't happen, or like DTL. You don't. I feel, you know, I don't think we that far in age, right, DTL?
Nah, I'm 48, so
Oh, you okay? You still a baby? Okay. I'm trying to make it sound good. We only 3 years apart. I'm only 3 years younger than you, right? But I'm gonna kill these dogs. Shut up! Like, I don't understand why do they try to act hard, but as soon as somebody get on them, they running. I don't get it. I don't get it. These are the scariest dogs I've ever seen, but I love them.
well, just think about it. You do got a alarm system, so you know what's going on.
Man. As soon as I lay down and go to sleep, watch it. Ain't nobody gonna hear shit. Hey! Well, ugly people. Anyway. I'm gonna kill these dogs. They didn't forget what I was talking about. I hate them. A little bit. Just a little bit. I forgot what I was talking about. Hey. Hate that.
Now you was talking about your son opened the door for the girls
Oh
and stuff
yeah,
like.
he opened the doors and stuff. So like my 19-year-old, he does that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my both of my boys said until I get financially stable, I don't want to have kids.
That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Especially when
glad
you
they
have,
said that.
yeah, when you have kids, your whole life changes. It's not about you no more. It's about them
Right.
kids. Gotta make
And
sure you right for them.
like you know what I'm saying. Even my oldest child, right, DTL. I have 3 grandkids by her. But my daughter's been married for this year. Be 6 years they've been married. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And what I love about that is because I had her as a teenager. You don't know too many teenage moms. We're gonna keep it 100. If we're gonna keep it all the way 100. We're gonna keep it 100. You don't know
yeah.
too many teenage moms who kids got married. I'm sorry, you don't.
Nah, well, a lot of these the younger generation, I don't think they was raised as married. Most of them is raised as fend for yourself, do what you got to do. You're independent. You don't need nobody, and that's I think.
That's where you get the women who bash black men. I hate that.
Yeah, well,
I hate
it's
that.
I could understand in some aspect, like like me telling my daughter, hey, don't rely on a man, do what you got to do. But in the same token, is you need a man because a man, if he's a true man, he's supposed to take care and provide for his family.
Uh-huh.
It takes a lot of the burden off of the woman. my motto is men deal with the stress better than women. You know what I'm saying? That's on me. Now,
Okay.
women, they can handle, they can multitask, but when it comes to like coming up with the money to pay the bills, that's a man job supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But that's
I agree.
like that's and a lot of time is like when a woman is single and they have to do everything. That really
Uh,
that's a lot. That's stressful. You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
I agree.
I'm a type of person to like when I had kids, my wife didn't work. She stayed home and take care of the kids. I was old school. I
You
was
got a brother?
huh?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I asked you, did you have a brother? I'm sorry. My bad.
I
My
got
bad. I'm
yeah, I
sorry.
got I got
Don't pay attention. Look, don't pay attention to what the fuck I say. I'm sorry. I never
yeah,
had
but
that. It made me pop out like that. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay.
but that's how I was raised because my mom stayed home, my father worked. We really didn't see my father because he was always working.
Mm-hmm.
But we saw our mother. We knew we had a father.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we knew when he ain't home, he was out there working. To take care of us. We
Right.
understand that. Now this generation, now my kids is like, oh, you wasn't there for me. I had to sit down and really explain to them. Like, I understand, I wasn't there at your game. I didn't go to your school meeting, but same token, I was doing what I was supposed to do is making sure that you got a roof over your head. I said you wasn't
Right.
complaining when you was asking for Jordans, right? If I wasn't working, would you have got Jordans?
Mm-hmm.
I said I did everything in my power to give you a better life, make it easier for you guys. Unfortunately, me and your mother didn't work out. It is what it is. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But
Right.
my job was to make sure I put a roof over your head and food on the table.
I agree.
And I hope you start to understand that because when you start looking for a man, I want you to look for somebody that's got that traditional take care of the family. Not he don't want to run the street and do what he want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you good.
Right.
I said I don't want you to be with no bum.
Hey, I feel it. I really feel it. I know, like my daughter was telling me a story about before her and her husband got married. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy because my daughter, and it's crazy because both of them Libras, right?
Yeah.
They both like their birthdays are only days apart. So he goes out with our family, her cousins, and he come in hella late. My daughter told him he could come home.
You said she didn't when he came home.
When he came home, because he came home too late, she said, "You will not be in this motherfucker." So he had to stay at one of our cousin's house because he was with our cousins.
Oh shit.
My daughter is like ruthless. Like, I thought I was ruthless. Like, she's like me when I was a teenager. I'm not
Yeah.
like that. Like, the only difference is between me and my daughter is like she'll take the bullshit. Like, if it's family and they say some bogus ass shit about my daughter or bogus ass shit about anybody, she'll still fuck with them. Me myself personally, if they say some shit about my child, I'm done. I don't give a fuck,
You
family or
cut them
not.
off. Yeah,
That's the
you cut
only
them.
difference. That's the only difference between me and my daughter. She forgive easily. I don't. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was mad. My daughter called me and told me what happened. I was like, "Fuck you." But he was with he was with our cousins. She's like, I
You're
don't care. He
silly.
know what time when he's supposed to be at home, and ever since then, he never tried that shit again. I swear to God, I put my like, bro, I will put my hand on my right hand on Holy Bible. He never tried it again, and so right when the pandemic started, right? I'm sorry, excuse me. When the pandemic first started in 2000, right? I already had Oh, excuse me. I already had booked my trip to go see my daughter.
Yeah,
Now I haven't seen my daughter since I moved to Washington since 2014. So when the pandemic started at 2020. Excuse me. So I go see her. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Yeah, I don't see myself going nowhere else. I don't even go outside." I was like, I didn't say nothing. I was just thinking in my head, DTL. I said, yeah, she kicked your ass out, told you could come back until the next day. Before y'all got like this before they got married, DTL before she had her first child by him, like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And like I told her, I'm so proud. I tell her to this day, I don't care how old you are. And you the parent, I always tell my daughter, I'm so proud of you. I am proud of you.
Well,
You are
she
doing
was
something.
she
I'll
learned.
tell my brother.
Well,
Huh?
she
I'm
learned. You
sorry.
gotta remember, she learned it from you. You know what I'm saying? That's what she got it from. I
But what's
mean,
so crazy about it, I never got married. Me having her as a teenager, this is, everybody say it's she's gonna turn out like me. I never saw it like that. You know what I'm saying? And though
well,
I had a fucked
you
up
know,
ass childhood.
but you've been in a long relationship with somebody, right?
I was with my kid's father for like 11 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's still. I mean, you didn't do the traditional go down the aisle, all that stuff. But the thing about it, you was in a long relationship, so that still really
Yeah,
count.
but I don't count it like that because I was 18 and I was blind to what he was doing.
So we understand that, but at the end
Mhm.
of the day, is she saw that you was with one person for a long time, so she valued that. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. I understand what you're saying now. Like my daughter still called. Like when we met, my daughter was 7. You get what I'm saying? So he took care of her ever since she was 7 years old. So when he went to the penitentiary, he just been out of jail for like he still stay in Illinois. This is in
Yeah,
Illinois. You feel what I'm saying? And he been out for I think this be 3 or 4 years he been out of the penitentiary, right? I did not know my daughter was sending him money, and I felt some type of way because I felt like biologically that's not your dad. But
yeah, yeah,
she checked me, DTL. I can't be mad. It
yeah.
like literally. Why? This is what I want to say real quick before I finish my story. Why do parents? Because you feel like you're the parent, you always right. That's negative, bro.
Nah, it's not. It's well,
To
at
a
the end of
certain
the day,
extent. I'm not saying everything. Like I said, my daughter. Like I got mad at my daughter when she was giving him commissary, sending him money. That's not your dad. But like my daughter told me, Mom, I know who my dad is, but he never helped me, never looked out for me like he did. I can't be mad at my child.
nah, you can't. Nah, because I was gonna say, well, you got to understand they got their own little bond, so there's nothing you can do about it. He was not the dad, but he was there to be a dad. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
And you can't take that away for the simple fact he did what he was supposed to. Even though he didn't do right by you, he did right
Mhm.
by the kid. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I will always respect that. Like when he got out of jail, my daughter was like, Mom, do you want his number? I don't. Me myself personally, I could be wrong, and this is how I want to ask you this, and you can after I say what I say, I want to know your opinion because you're a man. So my daughter was like, "Mom, he out of jail. Do you want his number?" No. She said, "Why?" I said, "Because all I made sure all his sons have a phone. All three of my boys is by the same person. It's by him. The only child that's not his is my daughter.
Daughter, yeah.
So my kids is old enough to talk for themselves. Like I said, my youngest is just turned 17, DTL. This was only 4 years you've been out of jail. My 19-year-old is not fuck with you at all, bro. Not at all.
Hold on. You talking about the boys don't fuck with him like at all.
No. So my oldest son, he's a Leo. He has my heart. So and his sister heart. So he will forgive his dad. Now that fucking Gemini I have, my 19-year-old, he said no. He don't fuck with his dad. And the thing is, DTL, and I promise you, you can like one day I'm gonna try to have my kids on the podcast, even my daughter. I never disrespected them, and though they treated me bogusly, I never disrespected my kid's father in front of my kids because I felt like you're gonna get what's coming. I always thought my grandma told me about karma all my life. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ever talk negative. I never talk negative about them. Even my daughter's father, I never talk negative about him. And he thought I did until my daughter had to get on the phone and check him. I never. That's not. I felt like DTL to this day. If I still can have kids, well, I know I can if I got my tubes on time. But if I did have kids, my part is to be a mom,
Yes.
to be the best parent I can be. And though you don't want to be the parent, we end up having these kids together. It is what it. They here. I can't just take it. Stick a bobby pin in them and they will deflate like a balloon. They here now. What can I do
They
about
here,
it?
yeah.
All I
Nothing.
can do is make sure that they're a better person than what I am. That's the only thing I can do. And make sure they understand like I'm very hard with my boys. I have to be because I'm the only parent here. And I'm like I never like literally my daughter can tell you. I called my daughter a bitch one time. She was 22 years old. She pissed me off. It is what it is. Like I never cursed at my kids. I never do shit like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because but if they ask me the truth, don't ask me something if you don't want to know the truth. I'm
Truth,
I'm
yeah.
going to give it to you raw because you're not going to be here all my life. I'm not going to be here all your life. So I always thought, like my grandma always tell me, you tell your kids the truth. I don't give a care if they get mad about it or not. Tell them the
Yeah,
truth.
they need to know.
That's why, like I said, when my last weekend when my son and that girl got into it, I said, so today, like I was waiting up for my bus. He scared the fuck. I was gonna punch this nigga because he tapped me on the shoulder. I didn't know who the fuck he was. He said, "Mom." I was like, "Boy, you scared the fuck out of me." Like I always have my left hand clenched because I'm a
Yeah.
left-hander. So I just have it clenched just in case. I'm just saying. So he was like, "Ma, he was like, you wanted to talk to me?" I was like, "Yeah." I just told him because like I got one of his dogs. Now you've been in your apartment for almost a month. I done hooked up with everything that you could get for free. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dog food and all of that. You can come get your dog now. Come
You
get this
gotta go,
motherfucker.
huh?
Yeah, you gotta go. But I told him like I'll come and get him every weekend because I love him. I love him. I've been raising him since, and though it's my son, dog, I've been raising this nigga since he was a baby too. But he looked like, and what's so crazy about it, if you see his brothers and sisters, he looked like a baby pit bull. I don't know why he's so big. A Chihuahua mixed with a Boston Terrier is not big. Now one of them dogs, if they were straight breed, none of them is big. I don't know what
Yeah.
they have. I don't know what type of milk that mom has. Guess Princess has some super milk or something. That motherfucker big as hell.
Yeah,
I
you
know he.
showed me him. You showed me her on the live one time.
Yeah, shit, but I got my son dog, but it came out of her. But he's the only one who came out looking like a baby pit bull.
Mm.
And my son, at first we thought he was gonna be a little short, fat dog. So
Nope.
no, no, yeah, you're
He
right.
cool.
Yeah,
He's,
pretty
uh,
much.
you say that that's when I be opening doors for the other doors.
Yeah, oh my bro, you be
Yeah,
listening. Okay.
we had this
You be
conversation.
listening. Shout out to my nigga DTL.
Yeah.
I gotta lock my door before I leave sometimes now. So when I lock my door, it's not a key, right? But it has this little hole. So I got these rat tail cones. When I touch that point in the hole, it it, it
They
unlocks the
open up.
doors. Yeah, it
Oh,
unlocks
okay.
the door. But yeah, I swear to God, he gotta be like at the most. I mean, if he's standing on his hinds, DTL, he gotta be like three. I want to say 3'4", 3'5". Why the
Yeah, he told her.
yeah, he's big, and they all came from the same litter. Like I did like what I was cooking, and they I never knew like this is really I'm new to having animals. I've been having my animals for I haven't had them for about 4 or 5 years now. Four? No, about 4 years. I started with one. It got out of control. Don't ask me why. It's a long story. Anyway, uh,
So
so I never knew how smart dogs was, bro. I was trying to clean up my room before I let them back in, and then I saw my like I told you, I saw my handle wiggle, and it's not one of them doorknobs. It's not a knob. It's one of the ones the hook. Then he touched the hook, DTL. I know I told you this story before. Then
yeah,
he look in like he a spy and shit, bro. And then all of them bum rushed my room. I was almost done with my room. I was almost done. I was like, man, I was almost done. Because what I mean when I was almost done, I was cleaning up under my bed. You know what I'm saying? Because they like to
go
you
underneath
know,
there.
yeah, and do crazy, nasty stuff in my, and I don't mean sex, but they, what I'm saying, that shit that soon as I know it's down there, I come
Yeah.
home and I'm cleaning up under my bed, but and then I'm mopping, I'm throwing hot water under my bed and shit, so it's a lot.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I love my dogs. I ain't gonna lie, I love them. That's all I'm doing. What the fuck I do. Somebody be like, yeah, yo, no. Mm-mm. My son called me today. He was like, "Bob, we ain't got no more P pads." I knew we had like 2 or 3 P pads left. I said, "I'll be there with P pads." Finally, they had P pads on sale. Buy one get one 50% off. I was like, "Okay, okay, I see y'all people."
All right. What time you
Yeah,
gotta go to work tomorrow?
I gotta be up in 3 hours.
Oh, you gotta be up in 3 hours. Hey, go ahead, get some rest, man. Get some rest, man.
Where you at? Are you on the road?
Yeah, I'm rolling. I'm rolling. I'm going to. I'm almost to Columbia. I'm getting ready to stop and take a quick nap, and then take up about 6 o'clock
What
and
time?
keep on rolling.
How long you got? I mean, how many hours you got left, or a minute?
I won't be to my destination like another 4 hours, but
Four
I'm gonna stop.
hours.
Yeah, I gotta go to Greensboro, North Carolina, drop this off, and then I gotta pick up tomorrow night or tonight to take me back home. So I'll be out here for a
So
couple
what do
another
you
day.
do when? Oh my God.
You see what I do when?
No, I'm sorry. I seen Willis. I saw them ugly ass eyes in the chat. Um, I just want to beat them slowly a little bit. Uh, hey Willis, I was do you a little bit, almost a little bit. Uh, so you riding tomorrow night too?
Yeah, cause I got another pickup 10 o'clock tomorrow. Well, tonight I got to pick up
Uh-huh.
tonight, and I got to
Uh-huh.
take that to my house, and then I'll be going home. So I'll be
Okay.
out here. I'll be out here tomorrow night. I mean tonight too.
Okay. 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 Um, I don't have a life, so it's just crazy. Like I've been tripping. I was like, damn, I can't believe I took my vacation days off for my birthday. I come back, I get one weekend off, and I've been working ever since. I'm like, these motherfuckers, like, who they think they is? You feel me?
You know what you're gonna have to do is that when you get paid, you got to do something for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I usually go get my nails done, but I didn't even get my nails done. I haven't got my nails done in almost 2 months.
Well, you're gonna have to start doing that. Like go get your nails done, go buy yourself an outfit, do something for yourself, man. You
Man,
work
that's crazy.
hard.
I really never. The only thing I do for myself, I ain't gonna lie to you, is about I buy my weed and something to drink and happy
Well,
and pay my cable bill.
listen. At the end of the day,
I'm so boring.
but the thing about you're not promised tomorrow, man. So when
Mhm.
you get paid, get yourself something that you want. Go get it. You know what I'm saying? You're not promised
Yeah,
tomorrow, man. Enjoy life.
I feel it. I
You know,
feel it.
you're the type of person that don't go out. You still can get
But I
yourself
was
something.
always like that. That's the thing. When people was telling me at first, I never understood it. DTL when people would say, how can you miss something you never really ever did? You know what I'm saying? So I never paid attention to that because even though I had my daughter so young, and then I didn't start having my next kids until I was 20. I thought it was very important to make sure my kids was raised right. Like I went out more out here since I moved out here because my kids are older than I
Yeah.
did when they was younger.
Well, you got to remember too. You've been taking care of kids for so long because you was confined to just taking care of kids. But your kids is getting old now. They
I
get ready to leave the
know.
nest. It's time for you to do for you and enjoy life. You don't be stuck in the house talking about, I don't have no kids. What am I gonna do? You don't want to be following around your kids. You be the third wheel.
I look. Let me tell you something, nigga. Let me tell you something. I want to say this loud and clear. I do not like them motherfuckers.
Well, I'm just saying
I
though, if you're
would
gonna do it,
never. Let me tell you something. I don't never want to be nobody's third wheel. My daughter knows. Like,
and
just
that's what I'm saying. You need to
make sure I
start
got
doing
some
stuff.
weed and some drink, and I can watch anything on TV. Nigga, I'm good.
Right. But what I'm saying is that you got to go out. I mean, you ain't gonna meet nobody if you're in the house. You know what I'm saying? Number
Mhm.
two, you ain't gonna be enjoying life if you just stuck in the house watching TV.
What's wrong
You
with
get what I'm saying?
TV? No, what's wrong with TV? You hurt my
TV.
feelings. Hold on,
Hold
hold
on.
on. Let me act this out.
We just had this conversation.
You
Remember
hurt
when
my
we were kids?
feelings.
Nah, I'm not. Listen, I, I'm not trying to
Did
hurt
that
you.
sound real? Did that sound real, dog? Let me say.
Nah, because you're making me feel bad. But what I'm saying is that when we was little, we went out and we played with the
Mhm,
with the outdoor kids. We enjoyed life, right? When we was little,
mhm.
right? It's the
Right.
same thing as you get older. I mean, you can watch TV, but how much fun is it watching TV when you can go meet people and do things? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't like people.
Well, my thing is like, I can't help
If
you.
you
You know, what I'm saying?
look,
I try.
let
I
me tell
try.
you something. Like I make better friends with people who still have the state of mind on where they from. You get what I'm saying? And if that don't make sense, let me clarify that a little bit
Yeah,
better for you. If I meet somebody from the Midwest, like I met this girl from the Midwest, she's from Detroit. She's still the same person. So I could fuck with her. But in the meantime, between times, she got a guy. So like literally, we don't even get to see each other. She know I don't like her guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, DTL,
well,
I don't gang bang no more, but I don't like when motherfuckers tell me they are a certain gang and you cannot spit no lit to me. I don't give a fuck if we anything under vice lord. I don't give a fuck if you uh IVL, CBL, we all run under the same lit. If you
yeah.
can't tell me nothing about that, bruh, I'm cool. Like, then you try to make yourself more than what you are, and your girl is really what's popping. Let's. I'm gonna keep it 100. You make it sound like you got it like that. You don't. She does. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't like people like that. You
Well,
try to
I,
take your girl's credit instead of
but
you
then,
uplifting her. I don't give a fuck what it is. You supposed to uplift her. Why you taking credit for what she does? That's some whole ass shit, bro.
yeah, that's some homo shit. But at the end of the day, that's not your concern and that's not your problem. You're not with that. That's her problem. You friends with her, not with him.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
But the thing is, like, don't get me wrong. Like when I first started my life, she was coming on here. I really miss my friend. And what's so crazy, DTL, what's so crazy about it? We stay like maybe 3 minutes away from each other.
Hey,
We
Tish,
stay yes. Can you hear me?
you say you stay how far?
3 minutes.
And you could go to the house and go chill out.
Yeah, but like her, I just be feeling like me being who I am and I'm an empath. Like I feel people. Like I don't like you, and you know I don't like you. I just cannot be around him.
Well,
She
at the
like
at the
she
end
is
of the day,
so real, bro. Like she is real. Like sometimes I be like, I even told her, like I love my best. I even call her my best friend. You get what I'm saying? Like I
yeah.
love the fuck out of my best friend, but her guy is not like she is the hardest. She is the realest out the relationship. And me myself personally, I'm not trying to be funny, DTL. It shouldn't be that way. You should be the realest as a man. You know what I'm saying? You should be the hardest as a man. My
Well, all
girl
you can,
shouldn't be leading. She's supposed to be following.
yeah, but at the end of the day, as a friend, all you can do is just watch and what I'm saying, and help her out when the shit. The shit is not gonna work out, man. She's gonna eventually get tired of the bullshit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Just
they've
be
been
there
together
for her.
for years.
Yeah, but trust and believe, she's gonna get tired of the bullshit, man. She's not gonna always want to leave.
Right. And she leads hard. You know what I'm saying? Without her, they wouldn't have the shit they have. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there's going to be a time where she's going to be tired.
Right,
She's going to tell him, you need to pick your weight up. I'm tired carrying you. She's going to say that. It's just a matter of time.
right, right.
I put it this way. I tell a lot of men, if you're doing what you're supposed to do for your woman, do you think the woman's going to go anywhere?
Right. And it makes me so mad, you know, like even being in the YouTube streets, DTL, to hear how they talk about black females, and like me and like my girl, we are loyal motherfuckers. Like literally, if you know how to lead, we're gonna follow.
Yeah.
Make it make sense. Y'all messing with these motherfuckers, not even our color. I don't like. Then y'all get mad because they spewing out all this child support they want, bro. Come on. Like I ain't trying to be funny like Tyrese. No female you ever mess. I used to love Tyrese growing up. When I seen that nigga, his first time I ever seen him was when he was singing about Coca-Cola. That's the
Yeah,
first, right. And then all you do is mess. Now you're mad because oh girl, it's asking for $640 $1,000. Me myself personally, I think that's wrong. You're a gold digger. If he knew his gold digger alarm, he would have knew you was a gold digger before he even had a kid by you. But you're so blind because you just she light skinned. Oh, her hair is this way. You know, you downgraded us black women. Like the real ones. The
yeah.
ones who like to wear the natural hair. Who ain't about that, all about that money, trying to make sure we grow as one. That's what I don't get. You know what I'm saying? And though you have a best friend, I feel DTL, you can have a best friend. But your best
Hold on, hold on,
best
hold on.
friend is supposed to be, huh?
What you mean, best friend?
I'm talking about a female. You and the,
A
you know,
female
a
having a
female,
female best
y'all being best friend. But in the
friend? Okay.
meantime, between time, right, DTL, I think your best friend should be your significant other. That should be your
No, no, no.
best friend.
You're right about that because at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, it should
Right,
be into a situation to where you guys can be like best friends, talk about everything like best friends. You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's how it's supposed to be. And if you're not like that with you, if you can't be like that with your partner, then it's not gonna work.
I agree.
There's a lot of people a lot of people get in a relationship and they think they found the one, that's not the one.
Right. I agree.
Unfortunately with Tyrese, he picked the girl for look, not for what she had to offer.
Now you
My,
going with an IG model.
hey,
Come on,
at the
man.
end of
Make
the
it make
day,
sense.
he's gonna learn on
Talking about
himself.
everybody thought I was ugly. Maybe where you was born and raised at, they might have saw that. When I
You
saw
gotta
the man, come on, man. Like I'm into all my men. If you're black, if I can look at your birth certificate, DGL is you
no,
black, you African American, you good with me.
but money. I mean, money talks, man. You could be the ugliest person in the world, but if you got money, you're gonna get girls, man.
Right. I
Look at
agree.
okay, prime example. You say you watch basketball, right?
Huh?
You know Manute Bol, right?
Hell yeah, who don't know Manu Bowles?
Okay, you saw his son
That motherfucker can't shoot or nothing. All he can do is go to the rim.
play for Orlando Magic and look at his picture, and you tell me he's not bagging girls.
I know what he looked like. I used to watch him. Yeah, he looked like he
That's
be
an
on my
ugly. I,
boo.
I ain't, you know what I'm saying? but that motherfucker is ugly.
Bro, you ain't saying nothing I don't know already.
But the thing about it is that he's full IG model. Why is that?
The money. It don't
Yeah,
take the rocket science to know that.
yeah.
And
So
then
when
y'all
you
get mad. Then y'all want to bash women because you show something that you should already know about.
but the
Motherfuckers
thing
talking
about
about
it, but that's where the problem come in because when you got money, you don't know if that person is with you for the money or she truly loves you. But if
right.
you're broke and you with a woman and she's with you through hard times, then you know it's not about the money. But she didn't have it when she was fucking with you.
Back. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny. Gucci Man is the best example I ever seen in my life to be in the industry. When he went to jail,
But yeah, and
he
then he came out and he married his wife.
no, he gave her $2,000. He came back home. I mean, $2 million. And if I'm not mistaken, she flipped his money when he came home. He had 7 million.
Yeah,
That's what made him marry her.
and that's what I'm saying. He said, you know what? She's a good woman. She had my
Back,
back. She didn't leave me. I'm gonna marry her. That's what
back.
I'm talking.
I think I mean, you can't get it no better than that.
Nah, I
Like
mean,
you come home with more money than what you went in with. If
you
that's
got a
not a
lot.
boss,
You got a lot of men that's out there that be having good women, but they don't see it. They dog them out. They end
yeah,
up fucked up.
I agree. And we can be real. Vice, excuse me, vice versa. Some of these women does the same thing some of these men do, and it's ridiculous.
Hmm.
It's ridiculous.
I tell everybody, at our age, we've been through some stuff. We got
Facts.
we got some issues. You know what I'm saying? We've been hurt before. We had our heart broken several times.
Right.
We're not gonna be 100%, but we still have it in us.
Right.
You gotta find the one that's gonna be good to you.
Facts. Number facts. Okay, I feel it. It's crazy though.
Yeah.
You
You know,
know, sometimes you think you found that person and it's not even that person.
like I said, like I tell a lot of people, man, if you don't go out there looking for it, it's gonna come to you when it's your time.
Like I was telling my son today, like he was apologizing. But like I told him, you being a man, you need to set them boundaries, bro, with this girl. She's a new girl. So you must always set your boundaries with females.
Hmm.
Like
You
my
gotta
son
let you
ain't
got
like my son ain't used to, people like trying to call him out in front of other people. And he would tell you, my mom don't even do that. Like he can have people in his room. I'll bring him in my room and I'll close my door. Like close your door and close my door. And I don't talk loud. Even if I'm mad, you know what I'm saying? And then, he be like, my bad, mom. Ooh, did we? All right, salute, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He move on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he can be harsh. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when him and old girl was getting into it in the lobby, like, bro, you could take that up to your room or you could go outside with that. I love
yeah.
my son, but I'm treating you like everybody, like I would treat anybody else. I don't want to hear that shit in my motherfucking lobby. Period. You know what I'm saying? So we haven't like since he moved in and he know I've been working and he come down every morning. You know what I'm saying? But he hasn't since that weekend. He didn't come down. I didn't see him Monday. I didn't see him Tuesday, and I just seen him today. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I told him, you the man. You if you gonna consider yourself a, put them boundaries down. She might
Yeah.
have thought she felt comfortable saying what she said in front of your guys. You know
Well,
you
yeah.
don't roll like that. So you must
But
leave them boundaries.
he need to let her know. What happens? You teach people how they treat you. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And if
Mm-hmm.
you don't say that, then how she's gonna correct the problem?
Right.
Now, if you say something, you do it again, then she don't care about your feelings. He might not be the one.
Facts. I agree.
But if you sit there and you let like somebody won't know if they do something wrong to you unless you tell them, "Hey, I didn't like what you did. Please don't do it again."
Right. But that's the boundaries I'm talking about. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like like he'll tell his favorite word is my mom don't even do that to me. And you know what I'm saying? I know me being the only parent and everybody say women can't raise men. I really doubt that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a tomboy at heart. You feel what I'm saying? So I grew when I grew up, I was the only female. So I know what I'm talking about. I saw what my cousins used to go through. I never wanted to be like them people. That you know what I'm saying? That's what made me somewhat who I am now too as well. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
you got to look at this way. I understand you say you're a tomboy, but you
mhm.
never been through a struggle that a man had to go through. So you can't really teach a boy to be a man because you never been through that struggle.
I agree, but you can try your best.
No, you can try your best, but you can't teach him. Like prime example, man go in there and get racial profile. He know it better than you because he been through the experience. You could just tell him, yeah, the cops, because he color your skin, they might fuck with you. But a man been through it. He could tell him, hey, they might beat you, they might dog you, they might put you down. This is what you gotta do. I've been through it.
Hmm.
Like
I
a lot
got
of
you.
like a lot of women don't understand. Men got feelings too. You understand? They
Oh,
just think
see,
that we
that's
get
one
up.
thing. I never thought that men don't have feelings. That's one thing I
Well,
never thought.
what happened is a lot of men they hold back their feelings because as we was growing up in our generation, we was taught not to let that feeling out. You let the feeling out and make you less of a man.
That
So a woman will never know what a man is going through because a man knows how to hide it to make everything look good.
right.
That's why a lot of women they don't understand. Sometimes you might need to hold your man and tell him it's okay. You doing the job that you can do for him to appreciate that woman.
Right. I
A lot
agree.
of women, a lot of women don't sit there and say, you know what? I want to thank you for everything you do because without you, we will not have no life. Men want to hear that from time to time. They want to be appreciated just as much as women want to be appreciated.
Right.
We ain't going to sit there and say, hey, you don't appreciate me, but we do want it. You understand what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
want to
I
be
told.
felt that we are needed. So it's a woman, you can tell your son how to be a boy, but you can't teach and raise him to be a man
Right.
because you don't know what we go through. Man, he go to work. His boss talked shit to him. He want to kill that man, but he can't because he know he needs that job.
Right. I agree with you on that. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like like me telling you, when I had my daughter, I could teach my daughter how to be a woman. I could explain to her, but I can't teach
Right.
her because I'm not a woman. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what you
got
guys
you.
go through.
Yeah.
Like I
But I
say,
mean, but a lot of women, if they grew up with a good father, that's who they pick. They pick people like their dads. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because you got to remember, the boys stick with their mama. Their mama's boy, daddy's girl.
Right.
The man is
Right.
gonna
Right.
baby the woman, baby the girl. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
That's always gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say a lot of women who don't have their daddy's around, you got to be careful because she's looking for that daddy to figure. Because
Right.
she might do
Right.
some stuff that you will never understand.
Yeah.
So a
You're
lot
right.
of times when you have kids that have two household family, a lot
Mhm.
of times the female find a man that is pretty much like their dad, and the male finds somebody that's pretty much like their mother.
Right. You're right. Oh shit. Yeah, all on my court move, bro. So DT, I really appreciate you being up here. Let me take my ass. I gotta take my ass to sleep.
Yeah, go to sleep. I get a,
But yeah, I'll be on here tomorrow though for sure.
all right, well, we talk. You got good night, right? And be safe.
Yeah, we can continue this conversation tomorrow.
All right, yeah, you have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right, bye. If y'all don't mind, everybody have a great morning. I'll holler at y'all later on tonight. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate the people. DTL, I really appreciate you coming on the panel as usual. Everybody in the chat, y'all have a great morning.